I became obsessed with my ex, and now he doesn't want to see me again.
You should leave him alone.
No, you should just keep trying. I, female 24, became obsessed with my ex, male 25, and completely lost control. I need to get this off my chest because the shame is eating me alive. I am not asking to be shamed. Well,
You came to Reddit?
I already know what I did was wrong. I hate myself for how I acted, and I am not looking for excuses or sympathy. By the way, this comes from user Flying Spaghetti. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/showcase storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Carly.
I'm Keon.
We're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we would do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. OP says, I just want to know if anyone else has ever gone through something like this, because right now I feel like the only person on the planet who has ever completely lost control like this. I feel so sick about what I have done. It has been 3 months since we broke up, 6 weeks since he told me it was final, and 1 month since he blocked me on everything, and 1 week since he unblocked my phone number. It's been 3 days since I was blocked again after a messaging and calling psycho moment. We both live really close and are from a small and tight-knit town in Ontario, Canada, where everyone knows everyone and we have many mutual friends. We go to the same gym multiple times a week and share a lot of similar hobbies like snowboarding, mountain biking, and orienteering. We are also both frequently at the same coffee shop and go to the same university in the same department. So it is almost impossible that we will not see each other. The background of our relationship is we dated for 8 months, broke up, and went no contact for 4 months. We got back together and had a healthy relationship for 3 months. We nearly moved in together and bought a dog.
Oh my
well, thank
God.
God that didn't happen.
Oh my God, what is this timeline?
In the last 2 months together, there was a bit of arguing, but never yelling or disrespect. Then we were off and on for about 4 weeks. He would message to ask me to talk things out, and I said no. Then I came around and we spoke and agreed to work through things. We just could not. There was resentment and trust was broken. At the end, we had a 3-hour phone call where I told him that I still loved him, and he told me he loved parts of me, but not necessarily me.
Maybe the fact that you're like a little creepy with it.
Yeah, I think he's trying to let you down easy
That
so
could be
that
the
you don't,
disconnect.
let all the air out of his tires and,
Show up outside his house at 3 a.m.
and steal his dog. He was airy about trying to reconnect later on after some time apart. At this time, I was actively researching and seeking help to work towards becoming more secure. I became obsessed with fixing myself. It was nothing that I genuinely believed could not be repaired through communication and listening. Over the last few months, I became obsessed with my ex in a way I never thought I was capable of. It was not just missing him or hoping we would fix things. It felt like something in my brain snapped. I called him constantly, sometimes literally dozens of times in a night.
Oh my God. I need you to get therapy.
Yeah.
So
We
hardcore.
might need therapy or we need therapy, maybe
Oh my
psychiatry,
God.
because I can't imagine ever calling someone like dozens, literally. So let's just call that 2 dozen. Let's call it 24 calls in an evening to someone I broke up with and doesn't want to talk to me.
That I didn't even date that long. We were broken up more than we were together.
Yeah, I'm going to be aware that what I'm doing was bad, and I'm not going to do that. So if you do that over and over, I don't know what that is. And I'm not trying to shame you. I'm just saying you might have a genuine mental health episode going on here.
No, I think this is like something is wrong and you should get help.
One night I called him around 40 times.
You need to get help.
I remember watching myself do it, knowing it was wrong, knowing I was crossing every boundary, but I could not stop. It felt like my body was in a panic spiral, and the only thing that would stop the pain was hearing from him.
You sound a little manic.
It felt almost out of body, and I hate admitting that. I genuinely feel sick about it. When he pulled away, I kept texting him long emotional messages, apologizing and begging and explaining myself and trying to get him to just talk to me. I was humiliating myself over and over, and he barely responded. Yeah, because
I'm shocked.
we know
you didn't
why, right? But we all know why he's not responding, right?
I'm shocked we didn't get blocked.
The little responses he did give kept me hooked, just enough to make me think there was hope, just enough to keep me stuck in the limbo he created.
I don't think he created that.
He would say things like he needed time, or that he was not sure, or that we might talk later. He said, which all of those are beaming, glowing reassurances right there. He said he did not know if he could move on, or that he did not know what to do, and what if he could not find someone like me. Every tiny crumb felt like a lifeline I was clinging to. Looking back now, I can see how much I let myself fall into that cycle. We had broken up before and got back together, so I understand why it was hard to comprehend the finality of this breakup. I am also really struggling with the whole sharing mutual friends part. That is always pretty annoying. He also let me keep the dog.
I think you guys didn't get a dog.
Oh,
I thought they stopped right before they lived
I
together
think
with a dog.
we got the dog, didn't move in together with the
Oh.
dog.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
So he also let me keep the dog, and I feel a weird disconnection from him. I love my dog, but he is a constant reminder of my ex from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed.
Come on.
It got to the point where I even reached out to his best friend on the Snapchat because I was so anxious and panicked that I convinced myself I needed to check on him. That is something I'm deeply ashamed of. Yeah, so you were just having a full-blown episode. You're like, oh my God, he's not responding. Is he okay? What if he's okay? I need to check on him and make sure he's safe. No, you don't. But we already know that, so we're not going to shame you because I'm sure you got enough shame from this Reddit post. She had nothing to do with any of this, and I dragged her into the mess I created. I still cringe thinking about it. The lowest moment was when I completely lost it and drove to his house. I showed up crying and basically having a full emotional meltdown on his doorstep. Instead of telling me to leave, he agreed to talk for hours and hours. We ended up walking to a cafe and having coffee. We spoke a lot about things we should have done to have a better relationship and what went wrong. He told me at the cafe that he was not sure how he felt about me and that maybe we would talk again.
No.
He said he was busy with work and had just gotten a promotion and had to start traveling more frequently to the main office. Because I was so desperate and dysregulated, I took those words as hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured you would.
It
With everything you've said in the story.
That one's kind of on him.
No,
too,
that
though.
is... I disagree.
That is giving someone that you know is spiraling and is in this crazy
What are you supposed
manic
to
state,
do?
Not tell her that you guys should start talking again.
Well, no,
You're
it's
supposed
just
to sit her
like-
down and be like, and we are very, very done.
Yeah, but she's like
I
in
would-
a mental
No.
breakdown.
No.
She's crying.
No.
She's
That
wailing.
and you are broken up. You can comfort her without telling her that you're going to get back together with her.
Dude, if I had an ex show up in a complete mental breakdown,
I had an ex
that
show
was
up in
like
a complete,
stalking me and
I
stuff.
had an ex stalk me and show up in a complete
I'm
mental
saying I'm
breakdown.
thinking like if I actually tell this person it's over right now, like are they gonna be okay? Like are they gonna be safe? Like do they need to go to the hospital?
There was no safety on my end of me giving any glimmer of hope in that moment. If someone shows up and they are stalking me, which they did, and having this like, I'm going to be with you, we're going to be together. If I give you hope, you're going to keep showing up. You're going to try to
Right.
get back into my apartment. I'm not giving you hope in that moment. I'm offering help, not from me, if you need it. And I'm sending you on your way because that is not healthy for me at that point.
Well,
That
it's
is
what you should
dangerous
do,
for
but
me at
it's
that point.
understandable. I took those words as hope. It pulled me right back in even harder than before.
Yup.
Then a few days ago, he told me it was final, that he did not want anything, that he was seeing someone new.
Ooh, quick.
He had been talking to this girl the whole time this was going on, even when we went for coffee, fully aware that I was obsessed with him and trying everything and anything to fix things.
Yeah.
I just broke. I spiraled harder than ever. More messages, more calls, more panic.
And that guy is now officially definitely in the wrong for that.
He told me to F off and that he wanted to never see my face again at one point. And honestly, I do not blame him. Not because I think I am some horrible monster, but because I crossed so many boundaries and acted in ways that were overwhelming and invasive and not okay. This is when I stopped contacting him. I knew it was over and final and done. It was like a switch went off in my head and I finally could rationalize that it was over. I have not contacted him since. I have not looked at his social media or driven past his house or anything. I am seeing a psychologist. I suffer from really severe obsessive compulsive disorder and anxiety. And in the past, I have been told I present with borderline personality traits. All of that was 4 to 5 years ago when I was mentally unstable at 19 to 21 due to a traumatic event. I have only ever had stable and healthy relationships with romantic partners, friends, and family. So I do not think it is BPD. I also have a pretty good sense of identity and self. I just absolutely lost it this time around, and I cannot quite understand why. I am trying to understand why my brain reacted the way it did and why rejection triggered this kind of obsessive, uncontrollable fear response in me. I am working on it, and I genuinely want to get better, go to therapy. This needs therapy.
She is low.
This demands therapy. But none of that erases the fact that I hurt someone I loved with my behavior. Honestly, like, take this guy entirely out of the equation. Stop thinking about him and that you hurt him or bothered him, whatever. Think about you. You kind of were hurting yourself in a way, by doing this. We're not being kind to yourself by chasing after this guy like that. So just forget about the guy, focus on you. It does not change how ashamed I feel. It does not change how much I hate this person I became during all of this. I am not here to blame or justify my actions. I am not here to ask if I was right or wrong. I already know. I just need to know if I am alone in this. If anyone else has ever completely lost themselves after a breakup and done things that feel horrifying in hindsight. I feel like a crazy psycho stalker ex. I bothered him and I feel awful. I have lost all my self-worth and I'm trying so hard to work towards moving on and forgiving myself. But the shame and guilt are eating me alive. Right now, I feel like I am the only one who has ever spiraled to this level and I feel disgusting and I'm trying so hard to understand how I reached this point so I never become that person again. After all of this, I'm beginning to realize that I do not actually love him that much. It feels more like limerence and becoming obsessed with the idea of something unattainable.
There's the OCD. Limerence is huge in OCD.
I do not like the way he treated me or how he spoke about how I needed to be fixed and changed so many things about myself while we were together. I have idealized the relationship we had and the person he is in so many ways. I am done. Done with the texting and calling. Done with the obsessing. I am setting strict boundaries for myself going forward. I refuse to date again until I fully understand my actions, triggers, and ways to better cope with emotional regulation in the future. I will never be that person again. Please be as kind or cruel as needed. I know my mental health has been a major contributor and it's no excuse, but please remember that at the end of the day, I am a human with feelings. And by the way, you can experience all of the human feelings by listening to full episodes of stories like this one on your favorite podcast platforms like iHeartRadio, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, or wherever. Just search OK Storytime. And we are wrapping up the story now. And there's a final update. But, yeah. I feel like, in a way, you're feeling that it's like, until I fully figure this out and move on and, like, fix this, then I'm like, not going to date or, like, I'm not... Which, I mean, maybe it's good to not date right now. 4 to 5
years.
4 to 5 years?
Didn't we jump that far? Wasn't it 4 to 5 years?
Was it? I don't think it was that
Did I hear that wrong?
No, that was 4 to 5 years ago when I was mentally unstable at 19 into 21.
Yeah, what was 4 to 5 years ago? The relationship.
No.
No.
What was 4 to 5 years ago?
It says 3 months since we broke up.
What was 4 to 5 years ago?
A traumatic
Okay,
event.
thank you. Okay, that was only 3 months ago. I thought we did all that and we super time jumped and I was like, what?
No.
Okay, so 3 months. It's fresh. You'll just keep doing the therapy. It's always gonna immediately feel like that, and especially if you're in this state. So let's just get a lot of help.
Anyway, final update. It is day 4 since I last contacted him. I have not called or texted or looked at his social media or driven by his house since. I am seeing a psychologist and psychiatrist and have made myself a promise that this will never happen again. I am taking this as a lesson. I'm taking full accountability for my behavior and seeking help to understand why and how I can prevent this from happening again. I feel deep regret, guilt, and shame, but I am trying to be kind to myself. I'm also happy that he has found someone, even if it hurts a lot. He deserves to be happy, and I always hope he is. And that is the end of that story.
I discovered that I'm now a father weeks after my girlfriend passed away.
Well, that's depressing.
There's no doubt her son is 100% mine because we had a paternity test just to be sure. Anyways, I, 27 male, barely found this out weeks ago. Only reason we broke up is because I had to move back across the country last year to help my family after my dad passed away from the vid. Oh, you had a hard year. Didn't want to do the long distance since I was going to stay there working for a bit. By the way, this comes from Throwaway Clueless, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do, so let us know what you would do in the comments.
So you're down 2, up 1 right now.
This story seems sad. I'm sorry.
Wait, did you hear my joke?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was depressing
we all heard
too.
your joke.
He's up 1, down 2, up 1.
A little early for jokes.
She never told me anything. Her mom says she didn't want me to worry about her all the way over there when my dad's family needed me more. And she was going to tell me as soon as I was back. I moved back like a month ago, only now I'm finding out not only that I lost her, they said there were complications when she gave birth, but we have a baby boy. Genuinely?
And you still loved her?
Genuinely, I would be incredibly upset that they didn't tell me that she was giving birth. To deprive him of, the birth of his child? You didn't even know?
And for her.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You know what? I'm not buying this. I don't think this happened. I believe someone sat down at a table.
Yeah, they
got
made
a
this
notebook up, and they wrote a story.
It's too sad.
And they called it The Notebook.
Oh,
That's not. No, there's another rom-com. This maybe not rom-com.
The
Just
Long Walk.
romantic. What do you call those movies? Just romantic movies?
If
Like
there's no
Wuthering
comedy
Heights.
in it, if there's no comedy in it,
Wuthering
it's just
Heights is more of a
thriller?
tragic romance, but I did not like it.
If it don't have calm
Like
at the end of it,
grotesque romance.
I ain't coming.
Feeling a mix of stuff, and worst part is I can't talk to her about it because I wish she'd told me. Her mom says they've barely been managing with him. They need help with him, and so that's why she reached out to me once they learned I was back. Again, absolutely insane of the parents to not even tell you that you had a kid. The kid's mother passed away in childbirth. Like, you didn't find any of that out until they found out you were coming back?
Listen,
Devastating.
sometimes God gives its strongest warriors its hardest battles.
Apparently, because OP's getting one battle after another.
I think OP,
great movie.
because that was a movie I never got to watch yet.
Oh.
I'm scared of the beginning part of it.
The beginning part of it is quite intense.
The Revolution.
Yeah, it is quite intense, and you're sitting there like, whoa.
With your parents beside of you.
Well, no, I went with my boyfriend, but we were both like, whoa,
Well, he kind of is your parent.
what? Ew. Ew.
But OP, dude, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I'm so sorry they did that, because that's not okay. Of course he's mine. That's my responsibility. Still, it's hard not to panic. I'm still in shock about her passing. Now I've got a son I need to take care of. Didn't even get to be part of the first 2 months of his life. That is insane. Why would they think that that's okay to keep that from you? Truly,
Maybe because she still loved him, but loved him so much that she just didn't want to put the burden of her life in his hands. So she just was like, I am gone.
that's terrible. My family doesn't know about him yet. Heck, I still haven't met him yet. Her mom's only sent me pics. He's beautiful. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm scared, sad, and pissed off for some reason. You're allowed to be pissed because they lied to you.
Is it a lie if they don't tell you?
Yes, that's a lie of omission.
If they know, and they should tell you.
Well, I've been lying to you guys for quite some time then.
Speaking of, I've admitted a lot. I'm nervous as F about meeting him or how this is going to go. Her parents will be around to help, but I know he'll be with me full time for the most part. Really, any advice I'll really appreciate. From new parents or anyone, honestly. What the heck do I do about all these new changes? And we've got some relevant comments.
Everyone, put down the best thing you believe to do right now.
Yeah.
Go.
Please tell OP.
I think the Tomlet had something earlier. She said, surely they tried to stay in contact with him, and he wondered why she ghosted him. And this happened, well, no, she recently just, and the baby's been around for 2 months.
Yeah. Well, but she was pregnant for 9, so presumably, he was gone for about a year. So she finds out she's pregnant after they split up. He goes to take care of, all of the family stuff after his dad's passing.
Mm-hmm.
And then just for 9 months, she's keeping that secret and not telling him, not reaching out. And then she's having the family keep the secret. And then the family thinks, again, I just am shocked that even after her passing, they continue to
Yeah,
have that
I'm like
secret.
wondering, like, they notice that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not in the early, like, couple months, but, like, they notice she's pregnant. And they're like, who's
Yeah.
the father?
Maybe you should tell your recently ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, you can be mad, but they gotta have a pretty good reason. I feel like he's gonna know and be like, oh.
It feels like the reason was just that they didn't want him stressing while he was dealing with his father, but I don't think that's a good enough reason. Evil Lurker says, are you listed on the birth certificate? If you aren't, then not only do you have no responsibilities, you have no rights either. It could be very dangerous for you to take over the care of this child if you are not listed as a parent. Anyway, sounds like a mess, but you can do it. Lots of single moms in the world do it all the time. I don't know where you are located, but there are all kinds of resources for new parents, single parents, etc. One of the best places to start is at the pediatricians. Good luck.
I'm sorry. What is a pediatrician gonna do?
For the baby. Just like make sure the baby's all healthy and stuff.
Well, yeah, the parents
doctor.
are making sure that happens.
Well, but yeah, they're just saying like take the baby to a, baby doctor.
Baby
Make sure
doctor.
Baby's all in order.
You're a woman doctor.
Yeah.
no,
don't worry.
no. I know what a
Stay in your
pediatrician does.
lane.
I almost became one at one point because I liked Dr. Poncer and he was a cool guy and I feel like he had my back growing up.
And for a brief moment, you're like, I could be a pediatrician.
I did. I thought
Seems
it.
easy. He's really chill.
But then I saw how much schooling I had to do, and I'd have 4 more years left if
Yeah.
I was in school right now.
That's how I felt about being a vet. I found out that, well, actually, no.
There's a lot of things about being a vet, and I'm so glad you didn't do that.
Yeah, it's a lot. But also, I also
You
wanted
wait,
to be.
time out. You wanted to be a vet?
Yeah. For
You.
Yeah. What? Why wouldn't I want to be a vet?
I'm not surprised by this. Out of all the things she wanted to be, like a vet or like a
Well,
teacher seems pretty.
I wanted to be a
it
vet
would be
until,
fair
like,
'cause we
13
know-
years old.
Well, that would be fair because we know you wouldn't eat the pets. That's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
exactly. Would you eat the pets?
Well, I mean, I have a better chance of eating them because I eat meat.
That's true.
But anyways, the pediatrician, we need to go get someone that gets the rights, the doctor, the payments.
Yeah, that is first thing.
No. Pediatrician's second step. The baby, I don't think is that bad. What were we gonna say, Keon?
I was gonna say, especially if you're not on the birth certificate. I mean, yeah, dude. I don't think you can really. You can talk to the, who's in care of the child now? That her
The
parents.
parents, but the parents have already said they want OP to take over, and we have proof that OP is the biological father.
Right.
So I feel
Mm.
like they would be pretty open to OP signing. You
Okay.
know,
Okay, he needs a DNA test and they get custody through
Yeah.
courts.
Well,
We
yeah,
already have the
the
DNA
DNA test is confirmed.
It's on the way.
It's confirmed. No, he
Yeah,
is.
he said
he-
100%.
He's the father.
Oh, so it's not just to make the baby healthy, but advice for legal assistance and such, and government assistance if needed. The pediatrician knows this?
Pediatrician got.
They probably deal with this a
Yeah,
lot
they're
more
like,
than you think.
We're so
Or they-
smart.
Or they probably also give you the resources for that.
What? Okay, should we get a pediatrician on? Because I have questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, could they check?
That's a good
Could they
one.
check me?
How am I doing?
Cassandra says, I mean, he made the decision to leave and cut the GF off, and maybe the GF did this out of spite and hurt.
This could be true.
And I hope not, because
Well, I mean, regardless of whether or not that's true, I think my main shock or thing that I'm shocked about is that the parents, after the fact, waited 2 months. That's the thing I'm like really shocked about. OP says, not yet, but we're going to look into getting that taken care of, I think the pediatrician. Her parents want to help out, but can't have him full time anymore. Another comment from What Does It Matter says, ugh, I'm so sorry. Congrats on your son and being a new dad, but also I'm so sorry for your losses, your dad and ex-girlfriend. I can't imagine what you're going through. And OP says it's been a lot. Barely have gotten by accepting my dad's passing, and now here we are. We might have been broken up, but it was always with the chance of getting back together when I got back. It's crushed me. Then, with all this, our son. He's so beautiful, and I wish I was there from the beginning, so at least maybe there was some time to process and get ready for it. Yeah, genuinely.
yeah, I feel
What-
so bad for OP.
I don't understand, because the thought process of, oh, well, I don't want to, like, throw him having a kid just while he's trying to get through his dad's, passing. So instead, I'm going to wait until the kid's here and then just not give him any time to prepare. That's crazy.
While he's still probably trying to cope and go through life with his dad's passing.
OP replied to a big comment. We already did a paternity test. He is my son. I already said that in my post.
Yay!
There you go. Also, unless she was cheating on me, which she wasn't since he's biologically mine, there's no way he isn't since timelines match up. I'm not going into the full details of her passing here out of respect for her and her family. And we do have an update 1 month later. I'm hoping that it gets better and that you have a support system around you.
Do you think, and it's a pretty rough question, I don't think we have the criteria for this, if you were in OP's shoes with this situation, would you be like, okay, I will take care of the kid?
Well, I guess it depends on my financial situation.
Right now.
I think my financial situation right now, probably, I think I have a good enough support system.
And we'd help out.
Yeah.
Oh.
If the option was between like sending the kid to an
Dude,
finding adoptive
I
parents.
can take Tuesday nights for you.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Wait, can you get one?
No.
Can you please get one?
No.
Please.
Again, you know what? What if we settle for a puppy?
Okay,
Okay, storytime puppy.
Are you getting a puppy?
I thought about getting you a puppy for your birthday last year.
Me? My God.
I thought it was a great idea.
I would have had to take care of it so much.
Well, then your brother talked me out of it because he's like, Sophia can't take care of a puppy. I was like, but she wants one.
But she really wants one. That is really sweet. I don't think I would have been able to take care of it.
She
but
can't
that
even
is
take
really
care of her
sweet.
like a mouse.
What? Maybe my puppy could take care of it. I think the thing is, having taken care of Ava for like 10 days alone, also, with John and Christian kind of helping out with letting her out and stuff, that was tough. You got to stay home a lot. And puppies are hard work.
Dude, I think I could handle a dog. But yes, I would take this child in. Even if I had to move back to North Kakalaki, I'd do it. What about you, Keelan? Would you take it in right now?
Right now, yeah, I think like Sophia, I have the funds to do it. I have a well enough support system that I have the help. But for people out, I was just asking, like, it's so tough because like it's easier said than done. Like, can you imagine someone like if an ex gave me her child, like she passed away, and I just like, oh, this is your kid. I'll be whoa.
Yeah. But also in this scenario, I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking in a child. I'm not giving birth to the child. I'm taking it. That's same scenario.
So you're
Yeah.
in this scenario, your boyfriend
Yeah, he had a baby and I'm taking.
We have a baby.
dead.
Oh,
We skipped a couple steps.
Oh, my
Oh,
dream
no.
is coming true. I had a terrifying dream that my boyfriend died last night. It
By-
was terrible.
Helping himself out.
Yeah, it was awful. And I woke up and I was like, oh my God. He was like, what? I'm like, you died.
And you're like, it's all your fault.
Yeah.
How dare you do that
And
in
then
my
Zac
dream?
Efron tried to flirt with me and I said, back off, Zach.
Back off,
I'm
Mr.
breathing.
Efron.
Yeah.
Go play basketball.
But we've got an update 1 month later. All the info and advice you guys gave in my original post meant a lot to me, so thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Some of you wanted an update. What can I say? It's been chaotic. Finally met my son, and that was just a truckload of emotions hitting me all at once.
What kind of chaotic? Chaotic neutral, chaotic good, chaotic evil?
I think chaotic neutral. My ex's mom had to take him for a minute because I was literally sobbing. I'm so sorry, OP. It wasn't because I didn't want to be his dad or anything. It's one of those moments where everything hits you at once and only thing you can do is cry.
Oh, yeah, because it's becoming real.
Yeah, you just had so much thrown on you in this year.
Mm-hmm.
She understood it though, and she cried with me. She's a sweet lady. One of those ladies that treats everyone like her child because of how caring she is. My son has my ex's nose and the shape of her eyes. That's what hit me more. Just because we broke up for the meantime while I was at my dad's didn't mean I stopped being in love with her. And now we have a baby together, only she won't get to be here to share that family experience, and I miss her so much. This is so sad.
I knew he still loved her.
This is so sad.
I knew it. Because he had to go away and he knew that he couldn't just stick around for a while and they should just break it up. I knew he still had feelings for her. Because sometimes in other people's lives, the best thing to do is just leave. And that's how you show them that you care for them.
If you
Eternity.
truly love him, you'll let him go.
Gotta hold my son, introduced myself to him. Me and her mom talked about the custody stuff. Already got a lawyer for that to make the process easier. So everyone's on the same page. They let me stay over, talked more about my ex, had a few beers with her dad. I stayed at their house a few days because honestly, I was still terrified of being left alone with my son because I had no clue what the heck to do with him. They were both really kind and patient about showing me how to change his diapers, feedings, how to give him a bath, rock him to sleep, how to install the dang effing car seat in my car without throwing it on the floor. Her parents were nice enough to let me spend the night, so every time he woke up, I'd be there either to watch Mom, how she does everything, and then I started doing it. He's been with me almost 2 weeks at my place. Got mostly all his stuff with me, looking for a 2-bedroom, but for now he's sleeping in his bassinet in my room.
Aww.
It's been really hard, especially the first night. I probably called her mom like 5 times within 2 hours because he would not stop crying. Then his pediatrician because I'm freaking out something might be wrong with him. Calming him down whenever he gets fussy was my weak spot. Nothing I tried was working. Singing to him seemed to help a lot, walking around my apartment and rocking him nonstop.
What were you singing? You know?
Iron Man.
This is Iron Man. Na, 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 na. And the baby's like, "Oh."
He's like, I like
It
this.
works every time.
Dude, I'm just thinking if I had a kid, playpen right here. And then I would have like,
Aw, and then we get to read to them.
I get to read to him.
Yeah, and the baby's like, a-hole.
Spicy sleep.
Spicy sleep. Wait, baby, you can't say that.
But actually, you can. Because like, it's like, oh, yeah.
Well, but to them, that's like saying
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah. It's almost as bad.
It is as bad.
It's equally as bad.
Yeah, get to hang out with Auntie Sophia.
Aww.
Uncle
yeah,
Keon.
what will you do as a parent?
Oh, that thing's gonna be right here
Yeah,
everywhere I go.
Everywhere you go.
It's
just
gonna have
right
as
there.
much screen time as I have.
But it's gonna see. I'll do the same thing, but my baby's gonna be kind of like Dream and like wear a mask until they're an adult.
Gonna make it wear a mask everywhere it goes.
No, just on camera.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I mean, he would be down there.
Oh yeah, you can't see him.
You know, be okay.
It's still not easy. At least now I'm feeling more confident that I can handle the crying and not freak out enough to call for help. Taking time off from work again, so I'm here with him full time. I'm tired, stressed, still got a lot going on emotionally, but I'm also just happy when I'm holding him or making him smile. Honestly, the little stuff he does, even his cute little sneezes, makes me love him even more. Seems like he's starting to like me too. Almost everyone in my family has met him on Zoom. My mom's come over to see him. She's offering to do babysitting once I go back to work in another few months, so that's one less thing to worry about. I just wish my dad would have had the chance to meet him. I know they would have been best friends, and he'd definitely spoil my son so much. And it's like my ex knew that too. So I didn't know this until her parents gave me his birth certificate, but my ex wanted his middle name to be my dad's, so that was a nice surprise for me.
Oh, man.
That he got his grandpa's name too. I'm slowly adjusting to this new life. Not easy, but he makes it worth it. I want to be his dad and give him the best I can the way my dad did with me. Yeah, that's so sweet.
I think this one's getting to me.
This one's so sad.
You guys don't mind? Oh, what? So we're seeing.
Start playing Cats in the Cradle.
There we go. Yeah.
Cats in the cradle and the silver
It's a really
spoon.
sad song, actually.
Guys in the chat, what would Sophia do if she had a kid right now? Put some things down.
What would I do?
Yeah, give it a fish
She's like,
bone.
do you want a matcha?
Matcha?
Do you want a matcha?
But Daler17 says, you're doing great. When my daughter was a baby, I called my mom in tears at 3 a.m. because she wouldn't sleep and I couldn't figure out why. I felt like such a failure, but it's totally normal and everyone goes through it. You're not alone. OP says, oh yeah, that was my first night alone with him. And then it was over something small. My ex's mom asked, did you burp him? And I felt like such a crappy dad. No one knows how to parent when they first do it.
Yeah, you read all the books, you
Yeah.
get all the life lessons, and you're like, I got this.
Yeah, and then you actually have the baby and the baby goes off script and you're like, that's not in the book. What do you mean?
Yeah, the baby's not like a computer
Yeah.
or like a dog. Like a dog's like, oh, I just go out, good. Oh, I need to eat, good. Nah.
Also, Amanda said that you would take them out for fish ice cream.
Fish ice cream. That would be cute. I'm imagining, oh my goodness, when I have a baby, they're going to be in those cute little baby sunglasses that make them look like really cool and like a little bucket hat and they have like overalls.
I could see that.
Yeah. And they've got their little ice cream and they're
Like, oh, Miss Pris, what's up?
Yeah, they're so cool. Okay, Breakfast says, I'm in tears. So proud of you and so moved by your story. Your in-laws sound wonderful, as does your mom. I'm so sorry for the loss of your ex and of your dad. She sounds like she was a wonderful woman who fully believed you would all be a family together. She clearly believed in you. And OP says she was the best. Always made me laugh, super caring and supportive. I can only imagine what an amazing mom she would have been to our son. I think part of me is always going to love her no matter what. Right now, everything is still fresh. Oh, okay. And then OP's talking about or answering a question about his work and what benefits he can get.
because like he got a couple months off, it sounded like.
Yeah. OP says, yeah, I've spoken to my boss about this and gotten all the paperwork taken care of. He was really understanding and made the process a lot quicker. So right now I'm on paternity leave. That's amazing.
Holy cow.
Not sure yet if I'll go back once that's up. Still have my annual leave to use and I enjoy being home with him. Also going to be looking to see if there's survivor benefits for him. I make enough that we'd be fine on our own, but you never know for rainy days or school for him. Larry at 50 says, you're rocking it, Dad.
Yeah, pediatricians. I didn't know pediatricians could step up like this.
Yeah, I mean, the
And-
pediatricians are doing great.
Holy cow. I miss my pediatrician.
I don't remember my pediatrician, I'll be honest with
Mine
you.
was awesome.
Mine was cool.
We do have an update, but you know what? Who I do remember? I remember my childhood dentist, who apparently is kind of a bad dentist because we stopped going to them because my mom had a lot of complaints about the dentist office and stuff. But I remember they were really cool and they would always give me prizes.
Oh, that's nice.
Like the toy chest.
But Calbot, as God said, Sophia would take the baby rock climb.
I totally would. Have you seen the babies that go rock climbing with their parents? They're 1 or almost 2 years old.
What if you fall? I'm sorry.
You go on a mat and you hold them. They're not doing free solo up a giant mountain.
That's what up a rock. Anyways, I can't think of it.
They're just on a baby rock wall.
I already know what I'm doing with my baby.
Build
Make-
Legos.
That, and they're going to be in a little Grogu outfit. Little baby Yoda.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for baby Halloween. Oh,
that'll
that'll
be
be
so
fun.
Survivor benefits the kids if the parent worked or was in the military. That's really cool, though. I'm glad. God, I was going to ask a question. I totally forgot. It was a good one.
Pediatrician.
Oh, yeah. So my pediatrician was really cool. Also, my dentist. Oh, that was kind of a lame story. But I got in good with the nice dentist that was nice to my teeth because I've never told anyone here about this.
Yeah.
I don't think you have ever noticed, but I'm missing a tooth.
I didn't notice.
Is it on your right side?
It's my left side, but I'm missing a tooth.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I'm missing 2 teeth. You have 4. So right here, 1, 2, 3. So this one right here is fused together. So it's stuck together like this. Instead of it being 2 separate teeth, it's like this. So I'm missing 2 teeth. So you're supposed to have
smile.
1, 2, 3.
I
don't see it. Smile.
smile, Sophia.
Okay.
You have a Tom Cruise tooth.
So you're supposed to have 4
Cruise
down
tooth.
there.
Yeah, okay, I see.
I only have 3, but one of those teeth are fused together. So I basically have 2 teeth. So I'm missing 2 teeth, or I guess I'm missing 1. But back here, or it's fused together like this, it's like a little indent. And whenever people would go and clean it, they'd be so rough on it and so mean. It would hurt. I know they had to clean it, but it would hurt so much. But I finally got to a dentist that was really nice on my teeth.
Yeah.
And it's because I told her I had green beans and I would give her some because she was looking for green beans. And then Tate got with the
mean
dentist
one.
that was kind of mean.
Yeah.
And she'd always put her boob on his head whenever she was cleaning the teeth.
What the heck?
Because she had to get up in there and do it. And she was a little a little bigger.
She totally could have gone a different direction.
But he'd always be mad coming back because she put her boob on my head. And then I had to get this or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And it was just so funny because he didn't brush his teeth as much as he should have growing up. So that was on him. But
That's on him.
that's something new about me, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm missing a tooth.
Well, I've been waiting for my dentist appointment for ages. Truly, since beginning of January, I was supposed to have a dentist appointment, and they keep pushing it. I think my next appointment's supposed to be in March at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But they've pushed it 3 times, and they keep calling me, and they're like, the dentist is not in that day. I'm like, well, then stop scheduling me on days that they're not there.
Go to a different dentist.
Can't go to a different dentist. They're good. This is the first time this has happened.
You can switch your dentist.
That sounds like a lot of work, guys. And otherwise, they're great. They've
Alright,
just
well-
pushed me 3 times.
Sorry you
need to
didn't
go
want to
the
hear
dentist.
solutions right
These
now.
aren't solutions.
Yeah,
This
I-
is find a new dentist.
Also, I am very insecure about my tooth, so please don't make fun of me.
Nah, I make fun of you anyway.
I know, but this is some growing
You just
up.
gave me gasoline.
Growing up, people had. I was
People even
I
know
mumbled
this.
because of this because I don't
Aw.
like my teeth.
Aw.
I mumbled because I just couldn't speak.
Update 2. 9 months and 21 days later.
Oh gosh,
It's a full baby.
he's I think this is first year old. He's a year now. baby.
Almost.
The baby's a year old. Wait, hear it out.
Made it. Okay, yeah, it says, made it my first year as a parent. I'm so happy how far we've come. He's gotten so big already, I really can't believe it. But it was definitely bittersweet. His grandparents were there, so was my family having a little barbecue together. And it hit me when I was taking pictures of him stuffing his face in cupcakes. By the way, you can stuff your ears with more full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There is a teeny tiny little bit left to this story.
Good for you, OP. I'm so glad.
I'm so proud of you, OP.
Also, I feel like I should call my boss and ask what benefits I can get whenever I have a kid.
Yeah, I don't think we get those yet.
We better start getting kids then. Sam, I want 12 kids. What can you do to help me out?
Yeah, well, we gotta.
You get 12 hours off.
You get 12 hours off, one for each kid.
Yay!
All of the kids have to work for the company.
That's how it works at the sawmill.
Mm-hmm. I wish she had been there celebrating with us. I wish she could kiss his cheek, covered in frosting with me, and being all proud we made it through our first year.
Oh.
Stop it, OP.
Her mom felt it too, I know, because she also needed a moment inside. He still had a good day. Didn't fight his naps during the day, and he was knocked out before it was his bedtime. Again, when I was watching him sleep, it made me wish she was there with me. This has been the best year of my life being a dad. It still was lonely without her. I miss you so much. And top comments, Livestand says, well done, my friend. Well done. You're doing it. Keep going. It gets easier. I bet that kid is seriously loved. And OP says, he's the light of my life. And I make sure he knows it every day. She might not be here, but my family and hers do everything to shower him with all the love we can give. And that's the end of the story. That's so sweet.
Wow.
That was so sad.
That was
OP,
so sad.
You're doing a good job.
That was so sad. Practice safe. Everyone.
Yeah, I guess that's
what I learned.
Yes, but also just be honest when you can be honest.
I don't know, if you're not able to ever be honest with anyone, you better be practicing it safely.
That's true. But I'm very proud of you, and it seems like you are doing all the right things, OP.
Because a story like this makes me want to have a kid, and then makes me want to do unsafe things.
What?
But I can't do that. I
No,
can't do unsafe
You must
things.
stay safe.
I am.
But
Guys, we got another one coming up.
I invited my ex to my wedding, even though I know he still loves me.
That's like the CIA can't even use that. That's illegal.
I dated my ex-fiance, Linus, for 6 years, and prior to that, we were very good friends and part of the same friend group since college. We broke up 2 years ago because I started to have feelings for my now fiance, Jarno. The breakup was emotional, but Linus said that he understood and thanked me for not cheating on him. We stayed friends and continued to spend time together with our friend group. By the way, this comes from Federal Geologist, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, when I started dating Jarno, my friend Tessa told me that Linus said he thinks I won't be with Jarno for long because of the differences in our social and economic backgrounds, and that when we break up, he is sure that I will go back to him.
Bro never heard the old saying, once you go Jarno, you never go Linus.
Everyone knows that saying. It was difficult to hear, but I thought to myself that Linus was understandably upset that I'm dating the man who is the reason why I broke off our engagement. So he must be saying things to make himself feel better. If he's saying they're never gonna last, she's gonna come crawling back to me, maybe we should distance ourselves from Linus.
Yeah, he doesn't sound ready to have an actual friendship with you.
You should put a
No,
line
sir.
between you and Linus.
A lie.
It's time to draw the Linus.
In the almost 2 years that Jarno and I have been together, Linus has been nothing but kind and helpful to us. He was always nice to Jarno and even introduced him to his friends who were able to help Jarno with his work. Linus never made romantic advances toward me, and he dated other girls, so I thought he already moved on.
That's a fair thought.
Jarno and I got engaged recently, and last weekend while I was working on my guest list with Tessa, she told me that Linus was upset and spent the night drinking when he learned of my engagement. And that's when you don't invite Linus. That's when you go, Linus probably shouldn't go to my wedding. Because he's still upset over our wedding.
He's got a bottle of JD and he's like, I didn't think her and Jarno would go that far. No.
Oh no. I was surprised because the day after our announcement, Linus sent messages to me and Jarno congratulating us and wishing us the best. Girl has never heard of lying.
That's a big lie.
She's never heard of lying before. She's like, but he like
That's a Linus.
pretended.
Yeah.
That's a Linus.
Lionesser.
Mm-mm. I decided to talk to Linus and he admitted that he still has feelings for me. Shocker. But he said that he accepts that I don't feel the same and he respects my relationship with Jarno. That's why he befriended him and never made advances toward me. He said he's heartbroken for himself, but happy for me. So we can invite him to the wedding. If he is heartbroken, you can't invite Linus to the wedding.
No, because you'll repair his heart.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
like,
he's invited.
I almost do agree with that, unironically, where it's like the absolute shock to his system of being at the wedding
Yeah.
will maybe just like flush it all out of him.
But that's like for Linus, you know?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That would be
That
for
would- yeah.
Linus, not for you and your partner.
And that's not, that's like doing like intense emotional
Yeah.
physical therapy for him. That's
Yeah.
going to be an experience
Ooh, yeah.
that might take away from your wedding.
Absolutely. We don't want Linus in the background, like holding up a bunch of whiskey bottles, crying. He's like, Jarno.
Yeah, everyone's going to be like, wow, that guy really loved Jarno. Guy's really sad. He's losing his husband.
I still wanted to invite Linus to the wedding because it feels wrong to not invite him given that he's my friend. He's part of my friend group and everyone else will be there and he has done a lot for me and Jarno. Jarno has no issues with me inviting Linus because he says he can't get angry at Linus for still having feelings for me when he never acted on it and was always kind to us. Y'all are wilding.
He's like, can't hate the player, hate the game.
He's like,
I
I
mean-
can't hate Linus because I stole you from him. Ooh.
I mean, if for years he was just being kind and friendly and y'all had a friendship, you know, on the surface, I can completely understand that perspective. If I'm Jarno, I'm not worried one bit.
Oh no, OP left
I'm
Linus
just
for
like-
Jarno.
Listen, your name's Jarno. You have other things to worry about.
But Tessa pointed out that we should think about it carefully because knowing what we know, inviting Linus would be like rubbing salt on a wound. Like telling him, I know you still love me. Now, here's your front row seat. Come and watch me get married to the guy I left you for. Yeah.
when you put it like that.
Would I be the a-hole if I still invite Linus to my wedding? And we've got an update. But what do you think?
I feel like you're in a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Either you invite him and he goes to the wedding and that makes him upset, or you don't invite him and then that also probably makes him upset.
Yeah.
He's going to be upset either way.
Yeah.
Honestly, invite him. Invite him, and then if he doesn't, and then
And maybe he doesn't
he
know.
can decide
Yeah.
not to go.
Yeah, I hope he does decide not to go. Update. 6 months later. Whoa.
Okay, so
Are we gonna get a wedding?
did the wedding happen already?
I don't know. Hi, everyone. I hope you're all doing fine. I am. Are you? I would like to give you an update on the situation I posted about last year. The two top answers said I was the a-hole if I invite Linus. That's all right, but what I had a hard time accepting was that the commenter said I was a self-absorbed person for keeping my ex hovering around like this. Because I know that I absolutely didn't do that. After we broke up, my relationship with Linus was purely platonic, and he even dated other girls during that time. So I really thought that we had both moved on and we were carrying on with our friendships as members of the same friend group. Most of the answers after the top two said not the a-hole and suggested something that really resonated with me. This was to talk to Linus and tell him that while I would like to have him in my wedding, I understand if he can't do that and don't want him to feel obligated to attend. That way, I can let him make the decision instead of making him feel left out, since I'm inviting all our other friends and he won't have to feel like he has to go to be polite.
Yeah.
There we go.
If anyone remembers, that's what I said.
It is. It is what you said. So Jarno and I talked to Linus. Jarno was there. I would like to thank someone for his or her comment because it's almost exactly what I told Linus. Quote, I want you to know that I really value your friendship and I'd love to have you at my wedding if you want to be there. But I also completely understand if you don't feel comfortable attending. It's totally up to you, and I won't be offended if you choose not to come, but I want you to know that the invitation is open. By the way, we're inviting you guys to listen to full episodes of stories just like this. So go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime.
Yeah, and you can get all kinds of Jarno.
Jarno. Jarno's everywhere.
You'll be saying jar yes.
Say jar yes to our podcast.
Or you can say Bon Jarno.
Buongiorno. But we've got a little bit left to this story. Any final thoughts?
I hope you and Jarno have a really, I can't even, what's a word that rhymes with Jarno in the context of a good relationship? I think you guys have done this. I think you guys did exactly what you needed to do. You can't, anyone calling you an a-hole because what? You didn't program your ex to not have feelings for you afterwards, after he made it outwardly clear that he didn't, but like was harboring it the whole time.
Yeah.
How is that in any way your fault? And how does it make you bad for inviting this guy to your wedding?
No.
You add that caviat of like,
And
yeah,
also, Jarno was chill with it.
if you don't want to go, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Because I
think that's
know
perfect.
it could be hard.
I think that was handled perfectly.
Jarno.
Linus was gone for a while, but came back this year and attended our wedding last month. There were some commenters who said that if I invite him, I should have friends seated near him in case he tries to make a scene, but there was none of that. We chatted for a bit, and he said he was doing great and just opened a new business. He seemed happy, and Jarno and I are happy for him. Thank you to everyone who replied to my post and those who wished me well. I had great advice from here, and things fortunately turned out well for me, so I'm very thankful for that. And that is the end of the story.
My boyfriend couldn't set boundaries with his ex, so I ended things between us.
What? She just wanted to stay here. What's the problem?
Cuddle a little bit. She was cold. I, female 34, started seeing my ex. We will call him Josh, male 37, just over 3 months ago in August. At the time, neither of us were in a space where we wanted to rush into a relationship, but things kind of took off.
I wish people would stop saying that. Like, life happens, people.
Life happens with 3-month Josh. By the way, this comes from user Azazelus. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Riley.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give you good advice, goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We're not the all-seeing eye of truth. That guy's he's on vacation. So we just know what we do. Let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says he was 1 month out of a 7-year relationship at the time.
Oh.
And his sister had passed away the previous year.
Oh, buddy. All right. Okay. Wow. That's a lot.
Hell, these are understandable life challenges, but he continued progressing the relationship, and we were very open about his internal struggles as they arose.
So we didn't have a great foundation starting off here.
I mean, 1 month out of a 7-year relationship? I need a
need
little
that-
more time for that.
You need at least a year to comprehend what just happened.
And losing your sister?
Had a few months there.
I checked often to make sure continuing the relationship was what he wanted, and he always assured me it was. Additionally, his actions were aligned with someone who wanted more. Daily phone calls, weekly, well-thought-out dates, sentimental gifts, emotional, and physical intimacy.
How long have y'all been together?
Well, this has got to be in the first month, right? It was a slow burn, but the chemistry and compatibility were palpable.
What does that mean?
Well,
Like,
it's not a
is
slow
Order 66
burn.
about to happen?
Palpatinable.
What does palpable mean?
Palpable is it's like it was.
Had some substance.
What does it mean? I just
Oh,
know. I
right,
just
you're
know
right,
its
Tom.
meaning.
Can't
But like,
buy.
is it
What
like
does palpatine mean?
palpable? Like because your
Palpit-
heart
Sheev
palpitates.
Palpatine?
A palpation
Like the
is
palpitations
like
I get in my
it's,
heart sometimes?
it's like it's alive. Or
Able to be
something.
touched or felt. That's
palpable. I'm gonna palp you.
it's
I'm gonna palp you, dude.
of a
Unyao
feeling.
Get over here. I'm gonna palp you.
Unyao palpine?
I'm going to palp you. Palp you.
Wow.
Of a feeling or atmosphere, so intense as to seem almost tangible.
Ah, so it's so intense as to seem almost tangible.
Yes.
It's palpable. It's in front of me. I can touch it. Throughout our time together, there were a few instances where he expressed guilt about his ex, how he didn't treat her right, that she stuck by him when his sister got sick and passed, etc. But the more he spoke about her, the more red flags I saw.
Yeah, you get.
What do you mean,
maybe-
but?
You get maybe a few passes on talking about your ex. Sort of like, not like, oh, I didn't treat her right. More like, kind of like, I wish they wouldn't come up in my mind here and
Yeah.
there. Like, I wish I could forget about them. That kind of thing.
Yeah. And this is also like a month or 2 or 3 at this point.
And
'Cause you only were together for 3 months.
and he wants all those things because he doesn't have them anymore. And he's like, these are the things I like and want.
He's dating you and also being like, oh, I didn't treat my ex right.
Has anyone been in that relationship before? Where they're like, they miss their ex?
What do you mean?
Like,
Oh.
you're dating someone
And you
then-
miss your ex?
and they're like, I miss my ex. And you kind of get that vibe.
Trying to think if I've ever.
I wasn't dating somebody, but you can't. You can't. When you know that you're not over someone and you're trying to date.
I mean, I've been
ridiculous.
I know for a
It's
fact
useless.
I've been a rebound before, and they're like,
Okay, I've been that.
yeah, but like not in like a relationship. No, nothing I can
But I'm
think
just
of.
grabbing the board, I'm Dennis Rodman. I'm not there for
Yeah,
a long time.
I'm just grabbing the boards, man.
I'm putting points on the
Yeah.
board.
I get it.
No, yeah, I can't think of anything like that.
Okay, here's to name a few red flags.
Lovely. Yay.
She insisted that if they ever broke up, they had to stay friends. Their
Okay.
entire friend group consisted of her guy friends, who became Josh's friends, which he expressed indirectly put him in a weird internal state of competition. Their relationship was heavily centered around drinking. I do not drink often, but I don't judge those who do. This just seemed to be a central focus of their connection. During the relationship, they suggested they hook up with other people and come back together later, which he was understandably against. Breaking up had been on the table for her for 5 out of the 7 years they were together, mostly due to her needs not being met, but she stayed, and he felt more and more guilty.
Golly, dude. You gotta leave. This guy's gotta process
What
this.
do you mean? She was just like, break up, we're gonna break up, we might break up for 5 years? Brother, ugh.
Yeah.
And you I treated her wrong. Oh, poor guy. The relationship was centered around living separate lives and then coming together to have fun. When things ended, she stated she regretted staying with him through his sister's illness. This cut him deep, and it was a detail he hid from friends and family.
What the crap?
And he misses this girl.
What?
She sounds like she
you
was...
know, when your sister, passed away, I didn't like you for those months. You were really bad to be around.
Yeah, it's just like, you were just such a drain. I
Yeah,
wish
because-
I hadn't stayed with you that time.
Because the only time they hang out is to drink or to have fun.
Yeah, think of all
And
the
if
fun
you're
drinks I
sad
coulda
and
had.
drinking, what's happening?
You're down at the frolic room, baby. You're not, what happened if you said,
When you're sad and drunk.
you cry?
Or whatever, I've never drank, but whatever emotion you're feeling when you drink, it kind of multiplies.
Oh,
that
yeah,
emotion.
sure. It'll amplify. Yeah. If you're
Depends
Yeah,
where I'm
all
at.
sad and then you go drink alone and you get sadder,
Okay.
that's probably, that's what it would be. So naturally, I thought that this woman had not been great for him. I did my best not to interfere, but it kept coming up directly in conversation, and he frequently asked for my opinion. He was very open about whenever she reached out and what was going on, and the relationship kept progressing and deepening between us. It felt like he was doing his best to enforce boundaries, even though he seemed conflicted about guilt and the perceived loss of his friend group.
Oh, Lawyer Princess, I didn't even think about this. So he got out of an abusive relationship. Okay, chill. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
he was.
It sounds like it could have been, for sure. If you're going to say, I'll tell you what, saying that about his sister is,
That is crazy.
without a doubt, that's wild.
But, dude, you can't just date someone right after a 7-year relationship ends. You gotta.
Yeah, I'll let them work on. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not.
Or
yeah.
I don't, honestly, given how the relationship was, I don't even know if that's true now. Now I'm like, I think you need to get as much exposure to a normal dynamic with somebody as possible.
That's
Yeah.
called friends.
Yeah, but no, in a relationship context. 'Cause he was with this girl for 5 years where she just held the guillotine over his head.
Yeah.
It sounds like. And he was just like, well, this is just must be the way that is. So, and now you're still being like, oh, mister, I didn't treat her right. Ew.
Yeah.
She got her hooks deep into you. To be clear, I never stated that he couldn't remain friends with these people, but I told him there had to be boundaries in place if he wanted to continue a relationship with me. I was clear from the beginning that I'm not okay with lingering ex energy, especially when said ex would resurface even after he asked for no contact, expecting him to honor their continuing friendship, and had ridiculous expectations, such as being entitled to seeing his kids if he were to ever have them with someone else?
What?
Oh!
This woman is giving me the vibe of Rapunzel's mom.
Yeah.
She needs youth, or like she needs to suck the life out of someone. This person was probably an energy vampire.
She's given the energy of like a big spider. Like a big spider up in the corner.
Yeah.
And I mean a big, like a 7-foot spider.
I don't know.
That's the big spider. She's like, I'm the big spider. You get to stay in my web the rest of your life.
9-foot tall lady spider.
9-foot tall lady spider with a southern accent. Go.
That's just the monk from Coraline.
Yeah. Coraline.
What them legs do? I'll
They
lay them.
pierce and stab.
They pierce and stab.
Pierce. In his defense, he told me whenever she reached out, he assured me he wanted to be with me and defended our relationship when she said that I was just a fling. His actions also reflected softness, consideration, and commitment. But eventually, she gave him an ultimatum 2 weeks ago, saying that if he didn't meet up with her that weekend, she would start dating someone else. He told her that even if he wasn't with someone else, he wouldn't get back with her.
Yay.
And that Sunday, he asked to go from dating to being official with me.
Ew, that's kind of weird though.
What?
Let that happen on your own timing. He's asking this question because his ex is getting with someone else,
Is he doing that for
Well,
you?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was gonna say, is he doing that for you,
or in
OP?
competition.
Or is he doing that for her? Or is he doing it for himself?
No.
It could be that
no.
that's the thing that you need to hear. And again, this is really early, so it's probably not. But sometimes you just need to hear like a phrase, and like maybe hearing her going like, "Well," or "I'll date someone else," just made him go, "Yeah, wait, date someone else."
Yeah. You can
What do you
that.
wait? What am I over here talking about? Being like, I miss her, I treat her. Date someone else.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you mean? If I don't meet you, go. I don't want you. I don't want you back. Go.
Yeah.
But
agreed.
yeah, it's highly unlikely that he's ready for this relationship. That same night, after blocking her, her sister called with an emergency. Apparently, his ex, who we will call Amy,
Wow.
double Amy's,
Double Amy stories today.
was stuck in Florida for a few extra days, and she couldn't get back to the dog who used to belong to Josh's sister. Of course, he has an attachment to the dog, but she could have called the landlord or done something else to address the issue.
I swear, if this was a setup,
I know what's happening.
if this is a setup and you're using you know what? I'm not even gonna put that in the story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not put that out in the world.
No. I'll finish it for you.
That's
Just gonna bait him with the dog.
Dog bait. Instead, she had her sister reach out to him and had him deliver the key to an old friend.
Woo!
Okay, there
Crisis
we go.
averted.
good.
I was tired of his unwillingness to set boundaries and frustrated at his weakness in the moment.
Okay, I think this is a little bit different in that moment for this one.
It's the
The
dog.
This is for the dog.
It's the dog. It's
Yeah.
for all the dogs, man.
Like Drake said.
So, I told him she would have to learn to solve her own problems eventually. He started asking if I would never be okay with him and Amy being friends, even though my stance had been clear the entire time we dated. Also,
Oh
brother,
my
why do you want to
gosh.
stay friends with this girl?
I hate how this
Yeah.
I hate how the situation for the like this is a specific situation that has clearly nothing to do. I mean, yeah, it's her dog, but like I guess this is like out of that bubble in a
Mhm.
sense.
It's weird.
This has nothing to really do with her. It's just yeah, I don't know. I don't
Weird.
know.
It's pretty weird.
They shouldn't be the melting point. But the fact that he brought it up is like I can't be friends with Amy now.
Yeah.
It's like, why
OP.
wouldn't you? Why would you be friends with Amy? She's telling you that your new relationship is trash, and she is a bad partner.
OP. Let's go find another project to work on because this one is getting out of hand.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Yes. Please just drop them. I would say. I know this sounds a little harsh.
Hit the Toy Story. Hit the Andy from Toy Story.
This guy is not over his ex.
Drop him in the bucket full of arms. Drop him in the pit. Put him in. You know what? Put him in the pit. Put him in the pit. Let him climb out.
If I was in a dirt pit, I'd be okay because you can like scrape the dirt and then make your own like little handles.
Like, yeah. See, there's resourcefulness right there. So you get out of the dirt pit. We go, great job, Riley. We're taking you over to the stone pit now.
No. Do I get a pickaxe?
You could make one.
No. How that wood? Anyways,
You just carve it right out of the stone and get cast a spell. Like, put your fingers to your.
that you're getting off. I have
Third
no
eye.
idea where you're even going.
Well, there's a pit. I guess you weren't here yesterday when we
No,
were
I
doing the
wasn't.
pit hypotheticals.
No.
It's like, somebody needs to get. Sometimes you just need to put people in a pit and let them
Uh-huh.
climb out of it, like Batman from that movie,
Oh, okay. I can see
in the
that.
Batman pit.
Yeah, I was in an
You know?
intense pit. I don't know if we should put a lot of people in that one.
That's the kind of level 10 pit.
Yeah.
We can work our way up to that pit.
Yeah.
He was so resistant to setting boundaries that the glow of being his new girlfriend was immediately tainted. Taint. All of a sudden, it seemed to him that I was being restrictive and stopping him from hanging out with his friends. I was frustrated because I just wanted him to set firm boundaries with his ex, which he expressed the intention and willingness to do multiple times prior. He had even blocked her for goodness sake. The issues only arose when she pushed past his boundaries and used guilt and emotional leverage to get to him. I don't know, making like you're letting her blow past your boundaries when, like, first of all, they're already still in the same circle of friends. And then also this involves the dog, his sister's dog. Like,
Take
of
the
course he's
dog.
gonna,
Take the dog
do
home.
stuff for the dog. And he just gave a key to somebody.
Wasn't even her, yeah.
And let me be clear. Things escalated during the anniversary month of his sister's passing, and her ultimatum landed a week before the actual day she passed. That is when he asked me to be his girlfriend. Perhaps he thought I would feel less insecure and accept the ex as a friend if things were official. But it was never about that, and it infuriated me that he was unable or unwilling to see the manipulation at play. I gave him space to think, and he ultimately reached out and provided a litany of reasons why he was not good enough for me and not ready, and stated he needed his friends at this hard time, skirting around the ex situation. He offered for us to be friends for now until he's ready or to take things casually. It was obvious he had been talking to the old friend group or even the ex about this, but he decided he couldn't give up hanging with the friends and that he couldn't do things like organize outings without her or avoid her if he knew she'd be attending.
I see where he's coming from. It's just a weird thing.
You're just picking your. You go, okay, bye. Hang out with her. That's cool. She literally wants to break us up. She literally made an ultimatum about her dating other people, which shouldn't matter at all. So she's weird, and you're weird for entertaining her. I hope you realize that I'm the best thing since sliced bread.
I hope
And you're missing out.
I hope this guy can have this spell broken from him.
Yes.
That's really what he needs.
Gila gula shamblaha. I break your spell. So I held firm on my boundary. I told him I had enough friends and I would not diminish what we had built by moving backwards, especially while he reconnects with an ex who obviously has no respect for him, me, or herself. We had a 3-hour conversation, ending things on the phone. He tried to bargain to keep me in his life, but I stood on business. Good for you,
Okay.
girl. He cried, told me the grief he was going through and how he needed the support and love of his friends right now. It hurt me to think that he believed I wanted to take away his friends and support group, but I could not turn a blind eye to the destructive and manipulative behavior of his ex. He also said he was sorry, he was an a-hole, and that it was too hard to be the good man I deserved, but in the same breath told me how much he valued and cherished our connection and how much all the little things meant to him.
Dude, pick a side. I'm confused by this.
Yeah,
I think he's just been
I
in
think
the mind.
he's confused. And
I think he's been in the mind wash for so long. He doesn't know what he's saying or like what his words actually mean.
yeah.
I
He's
feel
trying to
like
exist.
I feel like this guy needs to just fully stop talking to this chick, but also he needs time to just really just focus on himself and not have anyone there as like a placeholder like UOP. I think he just needs to really work on himself and just hang out with friends, like his actual friends, not her, because she's not a friend. That's that.
He closed with saying he'd like to pick up where we left off and that I'd definitely be hearing from him again and that we'd talk soon. I told him he's full of crap and that when he comes back, I'm going to make him kiss my butt. He said he will hold me to it. I also laid out conditions if he were to return. Don't come back if you've dated others, haven't set boundaries with your ex, or want anything less than what we built up to this point. He agreed before telling me we will talk soon.
Oh my gosh, stop making this a game.
I think you needed to give him way more cold water about his ex. I know you said so. I think you needed to be like, brother, you were straight up in a relationship with this woman. She's still trying to manipulate you with her little hooks.
Yeah.
And you need to tell your friends what she said about your sister. Because I guarantee you they won't want to hang out with her anymore after they hear that she said that to you.
And go to therapy, man.
Go to therapy.
And hit the gym.
And by the way,
Yeah.
we've got a full gym worth of episodes for you to listen to.
Yep.
They're full of stories,
Mhm.
just like this one on your favorite podcast platform.
Work out
It's
any
just a
muscle
full
group.
gym's full of sweaty stories.
No one wipes down the equipment.
Nope.
Hey, nope,
All
it's just-
it
slaughtery.
stinks.
The smell's
And
stuck in there.
You just searched OK
Just
Story
BO.
Time on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And then you can get in the gym. Okay, there's a little more story here. That was a week ago, the Friday before the anniversary of his sister's passing. It hurt me to see him struggle with guilt, grief, overwhelm, and feelings of inadequacy. And I feel all that we had was real. Otherwise, he would have gotten with the ex as soon as an opening presented itself. But I feel like his friend group thinks I'm just some knucklehead who tried to force him to shun his ex and his friends. And he decided to believe that rather than protect me and what we had started to build together. I'm glad I stood firm on my boundary, though. It hurts, but I couldn't move forward entangled with the drama of the past. And, yes, let's just read this comment. He's absolutely manipulating you. He was never going to go no contact with his ex. He has no intentions of doing that moving forward. He also said he is sorry he's an a-hole and that it was too hard to be the good man I deserved. This is manipulative language.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's true. He's trying to just like balance all of it. He's like, oh, well, I'll leave you here and then I'll come back and it'll be fine. And I'll go over there and that'll be fine. And everything's fine. And it doesn't matter what you want or feel.
It's too much. Too much going on. He needs some time to just breathe.
Yeah.
And not be responsible to be anyone's partner for a minute.
He needs to tell his friends what she said about his sister.
Yeah.
He never told them that she said that to him.
Wow.
No one would be on her side knowing that she said that to him. That's insane. And you know how messed up you got to be by that relationship to want to go back to that? Like, that was a messed up situation. Yeah.
My mother chose my ex over me, even though our past is not pretty.
You can't choose your child's ex over your child.
I, 38 female, was in a 2-year relationship with a jealous, self-absorbed man who had a young son. During those 2 years, my parents absolutely adored both him and his child. They even took his son during school holidays and even treated him like family. By the way, this comes from Jesse_K. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Sophia.
And we are here to give some good advice, Goofly. But we do not have all of the answers. We would only tell you what we would do in this situation, but we would love to know what you would do in the comments. As OP says, when I finally ended the relationship because his jealousy and control became unbearable, my parents were devastated. I had to explain my reasons in front of my ex. And during that conversation, he actually said in front of my parents that his jealousy wouldn't have happened if our bed life had been better. Yes, he really said that. My mom, who was extremely attached to his son, insisted on keeping contact and even offered to continue having him during school holidays. I wasn't against it. The kid needed stability and structure, something his dad didn't give him. For info, his kid was an accident and he never wanted him. Out of pity, I also let my ex stay in the small apartment we co-owned because he was still in an internship and needed time to find a place. Long story short, things escalated, police involved, and he eventually moved out 3 months later into an apartment with his new girlfriend. Since January 2023, we've had zero contact, thank God. Fast forward to Easter 2023 at the family table. My mom casually tells his son that she'd gladly invite his dad and girlfriend over to the house. I was stunned, hurt, and asked why the heck she would do this. She answered back, it's for the well-being of the kid to keep things nice. But no, it doesn't seem that way. Seems like that's just what you want.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, oh, I have an opportunity to blame it on the kid. The kid wants to see his dad that he sees.
Dumb kid. Stupid kid.
Then December comes. I arrive for Christmas and notice my mom still has photos of my ex displayed.
Weird. This is like weird behavior. I think if anyone says like if you break up with someone and you have friends or family members who are like, oh, I wish this person was still here. Weird.
Again, I say nothing. But during dessert, his son asks my dad if he's going to drink the wine his dad gave him as a gift. My dad replies, he'll wait to drink it with him here at the house. That was it for me. I walked away from the table, furious and hurt. My parents followed me to talk. I expressed how devastated I was that they kept prioritizing my ex and dismissing everything their own daughter went through mentally and physically. My dad realized what he did and apologized sincerely and immediately. My mom didn't. She told me it was her house and she had the right to invite whomever she wanted.
Yeah, but also I'm not gonna come over then.
Like, just to put the icing on the cake, it's like she won't cut contact with this guy because like she likes the child, but then also is like, well, I don't know, they've had no contact for a while. Things are probably all right, and we can just have them over without discussing anything.
Yeah.
Like,
No, absolutely ridiculous.
what? And she was like mentally and physically, mistreated by this person. So it's like, dude, what are you doing?
I would be distancing myself from my parents
Like,
after this.
I'm your child. I am your child. I told her a family home should be a safe place, and I clearly didn't feel safe anymore. So I left, and I haven't gone back since. In November 2024, she sent me a 2-page letter, no apology, just telling me I should return to therapy. I confronted her in person, and for 25 minutes, she repeated the same thing. I can welcome whoever I love into my home. So I walked away again. At Christmas 2024, her twin sister asked if I was coming, and when I asked if my ex would be there, she said the same thing. It's my house. I'll invite who I want. So I cut contact with her too. Yes, she also had a good relationship with my ex and his son too. I just it's not even your son, it's the ex's son. That's the thing that's like pissing me off is
Yeah.
like, I'm
You
your
don't
child.
have, they don't have, yeah, it's not like their grandchild or anything.
No, it's
Yeah.
not like he had this child with another woman. And like, not that you have to treat the child badly, but just making them the priority when like they have no connection to you now. I only talk to my dad now. We are in 2025 and he keeps saying that I should get over it and that it's not such a big deal. I'm questioning myself, so here I am. And there is an update, but what do we think?
I really think that you should limit contact with your parents if they are doing this, just for your own emotional well-being, because if you are constantly put in positions where you need to be near or have to hear about your ex who mistreated you, it's not good for you.
Update! This morning, I woke up to tons of comments and I'm still reading through them. Thank you all for your help and insights. I really appreciate it. I had already talked to my friends and have the support of one of my cousins, but you never really know if they're being fully honest with you or just supporting you because they care. So getting perspective from people outside my circle helped me realize that this situation is really toxic and that I'm right to protect myself. This also gives me the opportunity to collect data because my dad, 67, keeps insisting that the family should get back together and have dinner. He told me that my mom, 61, didn't appreciate being told what to do in her own home and still can't understand why I'm distant. I told him she probably has Alzheimer's or is not willing to look at herself in the mirror. That one seems more.
Yeah, if I were to pick.
That I needed to remind him that she made her choice when she chose my ex over me and that everyone around me also finds her behavior not good. Recently, he told me that family and friends don't understand my behavior towards them. I told him if he refuses to understand, I'll just go public with the story and let people judge for themselves.
I really think that. I think that if anyone, doesn't seem like anyone's asked you, which is crazy, because, similarly to our last story that we just did, seems like no one's checking in on what they think is weird behavior. They're like, that's weird. I'm not going to ask any questions about it.
Like I said, I don't know if it will shed light, but it's good to try. Some suggested family therapy, while others said it wouldn't help. I'm still thinking about it. 15 years ago, we did therapy for issues between my dad and brother, but I felt completely left out because everything revolved around them. Maybe therapy could help with confrontation, or maybe it's better to go fully no contact and protect my peace. I've recently been diagnosed with ADHD. I cried with relief, but also felt anger. My brother was diagnosed early and got all the support he needed. Meanwhile, when I struggled in school, I was called lazy. Later, at 21, I was diagnosed with dyslexia, which proved my mom wrong after years of dismissing me. When she learned recently through my dad about my ADHD diagnosis, she took my dad's phone and left a message in our private conversation saying it was not new and that I shouldn't make such a fuss. I was furious and felt betrayed. My brother got support and I felt neglected. That was the last straw. Any remaining trust shattered. I've started setting boundaries. I refuse to give them my new address to avoid unsolicited visits or mail, and I'm protecting my peace as much as possible. Some said that if my dad tells me to get over it, it means he's siding with my mom. I'm still not sure and wondering. I think he's trying to avoid conflict more than anything. He has his own way of thinking and seems to struggle to see the full picture. Part of me wonders if I'm making excuses because it's hard to cut ties with someone who apologized and validated my feelings. But also, I feel that he was never diagnosed too. To clarify more details, according to my dad, my ex never came to their house. The problem is, I don't know if I can trust him. I don't know if he's saying this to convince me to come back or if it is actually true. It still doesn't mean they didn't invite him. I'm child-free and had my tubes tied a long time ago. I love kids, I work with them, and I accepted my ex's child with open arms, but my mom always wanted to be a grandma. I always said my brother would have kids, but not me. As many of you pointed out, she's fulfilling her grandma dream with my ex's child and seems to have a savior complex, trying to save the child from his home. She knew about my ex's violent behavior. I told her and even showed her evidence. The first mark in the bed frame, the hole he kicked in the door, proof of his anger management. Okay. Like, get out. Like that, you know, like you did get out, but I'm saying like what? Why? Just
Yeah.
because you want a grandchild that bad, you're gonna just dismiss everything else? That's
It's
just
insane. It's insane.
about my ex's new girlfriend and his child. I heard he didn't let her get too close. My interpretation is that he wanted to make sure the holidays stayed his, keeping the child with my parents and preventing a bond with the new girlfriend. To this day, the child still spends school holidays with my parents. By the way, you can spend all day with us, listening to full episodes with stories just like these. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search OK Storytime. There's a little bit left. Any final thoughts?
Ooh-wee. It's tough. It's a tough one. I just think you should go no contact.
I think no contact. I think
Maybe they'll learn.
you know, yeah, I don't think that you need to punish the dad. I think that he sees your side, but also he sees the other side as well. So I feel like he's caught in the middle.
I don't know. Maybe limited contact with dad.
Yeah, limited. Definitely not like, you know, like talking every day, seeing him all the time, you know, whatever, blah, 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 because that's like, you know, kind of weird. But I think no contact with mom and whoever, you know, supports that side. And then, you know, low contact with dad.
Just make it very clear that your boundary is I'm never going to, if you cannot talk to me about my ex. I do not want to see my ex. And if they break those boundaries, then you know.
A few months ago, I confronted my dad about something else. Another woman contacted me because she was dating my ex a few months back and felt that something was off. She found my contact info through social media. To avoid responsibility and being authentic, my ex told her he was struggling emotionally because his mother had recently passed away. She hadn't. Oh. I still have access to her social media and she is posting. It was just another manipulative lie. My dad doubted the story until I showed him the messages. I don't know if he ever told my mom. It took me 2.5 years to reconstruct myself after this bad relationship, and I have found a new family with a real man who is caring, loving, and protective, who treats me with respect and is trustworthy.
Yes. And why wouldn't they want that?
Right.
Why would they not want that?
That's what pisses me off. It's like, be parents. Literally just be parents.
Can't imagine.
I felt like every time he tried to set boundaries, I was made to feel like I was the problem. But reading everyone's comments has helped me see that my feelings are valid and that stepping back doesn't make me a bad person. Take care, all of you. And again, gratitude to all. And that is the end.
Oh, there you go.
So, OP, you got out of it
Yeah.
and you're doing great. You're thriving. And, you know, it's weird that your parents support his weird, violent mistreatment of,
Yes.
like, not only you, but then other people as
Yeah.
well.
Your parents are
So,
weird.
yeah, your parents are disgusting, actually.
Yeah.
I invited my ex-husband to my graduation, and his fiance lost it.
That tracks.
I, 28 female, married my ex-husband, we'll call him Elias, 28 male, straight out of high school after dating for 4 years. Our families didn't have much money, and college for both of us was impossible. So we talked about it and decided that one of us would attend first. We literally flipped a coin, and he was the one to attend college first. By the way, this comes from Alternative Place 919, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Carly.
I'm Sophia.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we would do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, we made a contract I wrote on a piece of paper because we didn't even have a printer back then that said that even if we ended up divorcing, the pact of helping me attend college would still stand. Sounds lovely.
That's nice.
He attended college locally, and both sets of parents helped with tuition, books, etc., while I worked to support our household. He graduated, and a year later, life got in our way when he started working, and I was preparing to enter college. After another year, he told me he had started to fall in love with a coworker. We'll call her Lorna. But he respected me and loved me enough not to do anything. He said maybe we got married too young without really thinking it through. We talked a lot, and although I still loved him, it was true that we hurried into marriage. And with how busy we both were, it was obvious we wouldn't make it work for much longer. So we decided to part amicably. He told me not to worry about anything because our agreement still stood. Both sets of parents helped me with my tuition and other expenses. And he rented me an apartment near college and gave me money for utilities and groceries so I didn't need to work. Well, fast forward to this year and I graduated. Yay!
Congrats.
Elias moved far away for work and is now engaged to Lorna.
Whoa.
Wow.
You really
Man.
was in love with that coworker.
I also attended college locally, so I still visit his parents and help around with chores or just keep them company. I got the date for my graduation and they gave me 4 tickets. But one of my classmates asked if I wanted hers too because she was only inviting her parents. I was actually thinking about inviting Elias, so I said yes. I called him the next day and I told him I had extra tickets if he would like to attend with his fiance. He was actually excited about it and said of course he would and told me to give him the date so he could request time off to come. We chatted for about 45 minutes. And he also told me not to worry about the apartment because he would continue paying it until I got a job. I thanked him and we hung up. My graduation ceremony was last week. It was very nice, and all my loved ones were there with me. After the ceremony, my ex-in-laws told me they made a reservation at a restaurant to continue the celebration. At dinner, my ex-in-laws gave me a gift and said that in their hearts I would always be their daughter. My parents gave a present and a speech as well. Then Elias gave me a little box, and inside it was a cute necklace with a pendant of my initial and a little dragonfly.
Aww.
He said he had it custom made. I was really touched by everyone, so I got up and gave everyone a hug. When I got to Lorna, I said I would hug her, but only if she wanted. She laughed and said, "Oh, no, I think I'm okay."
Okay. He's like, I'll hug you if you want. And
She's
he
like,
goes,
"Come on, Lorna."
No, I think I'm okay.
Then I got to Elias and we hugged, and he said, "I'm really proud of you, Cricket." And we laughed.
Dang.
He used to call me Cricket because he said I never shut up.
Ooh.
Which is both so endearing and so, like,
yeah,
a
like,
little
ooh,
weird. But
okay, but like, still
like,
cute.
aw.
It's still cute.
Everybody went home shortly after, and I'm pretty sure Elias and Lorna went back to their city. The thing is, since Tuesday, I've been receiving a ton of DMs and text messages telling me I'm a homewrecker and that I should take a hint.
What?
They said if the man moved on, why can't I? And that I'm obviously still obsessed with him because I've been single since the divorce and leeching off his kindness.
Single and like freaking going to school.
Right. Which was a deal with your fiance
Yeah.
because he went first.
Who is DMing her?
It just says people. It didn't say Lorna specifically.
So strange.
So clearly someone wasn't happy with our agreement or the reunion at my graduation. I don't know if these are all fake accounts from Lorna or if it's Lorna and her friends or just her friends taking matters into their own hands. It's freaking me out because they're basically calling me every name in the book. I talked to my parents about it and they want me to tell Elias's parents to put an end to it. But I have the feeling that would only make everything worse. I really have moved on. I think of Elias as my oldest friend now. The reason I've been single all this time is because my courses were really hard for me.
Yeah. You didn't have time.
Yeah. And I didn't have the time or
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
Like, I could have sympathy for Lorna being at a semi-awkward thing, but it's also like,
Or-
you have known about this
whole
forever.
even before you came into the picture.
Right. I
this
mean,
was the agreement.
he literally left OP for you, Lorna.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, but sure.
Yeah.
The only thing that I think maybe I'd be like the most offended by if I was Lorna was your future in-laws being like, and you'll always be our daughter.
Yeah.
Like that one
tough.
can sting. I can
Tough.
understand that, but like we gotta get over
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
You've
won.
known.
You won, Lorna. There's no issue here.
What are you afraid of? Him
Literally.
taking her back? Like
yeah.
you guys live in a different city together.
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
I also wanted to give myself the time to experience singlehood and living alone because I moved from my parents' home straight in with Elias. I really wanted to just be me and get to know who I am outside of being married at 18. I'm thinking of just changing my phone number and not giving it to Elias, but at the same time, I still don't have a job and he's paying for everything. And it feels bad icing him out. But was I really the a-hole for inviting him? I never thought it could be disrespectful to Lorna, but maybe it is. I'm really confused because I wasn't expecting such a bad reaction to a simple invitation.
I think that would be the worst thing for you to ice him out.
That would be,
Terrible.
horrible.
Terrible idea. No,
I
no, no.
agree with people saying that you should tell him.
Yes. I
Yeah.
think you don't have to be like Lorna's doing this.
Right.
You could just be like,
hey,
hey.
I've been getting some weird messages.
yeah. Do you know of
No
anyone who
way.
might be
Like-
unhappy that you came to my graduation?
Have you heard anything?
Oops. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't ice him out. He literally paid for your school. He paid for your tuition. And, well, your apartment. He didn't pay for your tuition.
they
but he
mutually paid for each other's.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
But
like,
he's being
he was
continuing to pay until you
Yes.
get a job because that's the
Yes.
same opportunities that he
Yes.
has. Update. The next morning after I posted, I texted Elias.
nice.
I didn't want to bother his parents with petty drama, especially because I wasn't 100% sure Lorna was the one behind it. I told Elias I didn't want to make a big fuss, but after they left, I'd been receiving pretty offensive texts with a clear message. So it couldn't be someone who didn't know about our agreement. He immediately asked me to send him the messages and the phone numbers. After about 30 minutes, he called and apologized. He said one of the phone numbers was indeed Lorna's.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. I'm sorry. So, because I thought these were DMs. Are these perhaps like
I think they're just straight text messages.
text messages?
Let
In
me
which
see.
case, Lorna's stupid. Because that's like
Yeah.
the easiest thing to trace. I think it might have also been DMs because she said fake accounts.
Yeah. And the others were her mom's and her sister's. But he didn't recognize the rest. He apologized again and told me he would handle it, and I left it at that. After a couple of hours, I received a new message on WhatsApp from an unknown number asking me if I was happy meddling in another relationship and accusing me of telling on her and saying I tried to ruin her relationship. I sent it to Elias and blocked the number. I didn't hear anything from anyone until 2 days ago, when I went to pick up Elias's parents to take them to the mall and found him there. I was confused and I asked him what happened, and he told me we would talk later. He offered to take his parents instead of me, but they refused, telling him we already scheduled our date and that he wasn't invited.
I love his parents.
That's so cute.
They're great.
Yesterday, Elias asked if we could talk, and I said yes. We met at a cafe near my apartment. He wanted to talk at my place, but I declined because I didn't think it would be appropriate.
Smart.
Yeah. We met, and he said he had something to tell me about him and Lorna. I told him it wasn't really necessary because that was between the two of them. But he told me he broke up with her.
Nice.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm sorry. Once you start sending threats to my ex,
Right. Someone that I consider like my
Yeah.
best friend.
yeah,
though.
close friend,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's
it's so
it.
much different just because it was like such a young marriage that
Yeah.
ended so amicably. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't just like a little ex-boyfriend that like
No.
I was a little shocked, but also curious, so I asked if it was about the messages. Although I found them annoying and disrespectful, they didn't seem like enough to end a relationship. I disagree. He said not really, but that it was the last straw. He said he'd wanted to move back for ages to take care of his parents, but Lorna refused because I was always there. She said the only way we would move back with him was if he told me to back off. But he couldn't do it because he knew his parents wouldn't allow it.
Yeah. What is he gonna do? You can't show up anymore, OP. And then OP's like, well,
You can't go on dates with my mom and dad.
and then the mom and dad are like, yeah, she can.
yeah, she's booked. We got
Yeah.
dates every month.
Sorry.
He said they'd been having a lot of problems because she was always bad-mouthing me and checking my social media even after he
So
told her to stop.
embarrassing.
I told him he didn't need to tell me any of this. He got quiet for a long moment and then said, I'm so sorry. I told him it wasn't really his fault, and he said he was sorry for our divorce.
He's regretting. I don't think you guys should get back together, though.
He said his relationship with Lorna hadn't been working for a long time, maybe even from the beginning, but he refused to break up with her because he felt like he had to prove something, like he had to stay in that relationship or else our divorce would have been for nothing. He said he was sorry he was too weak to fight for us and that he got scared because all his friends were living the single dream life and he got jealous.
Dude, you weren't even single for like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
You jumped
he was
from one
immediately
relationship
with
to the
Lorna.
next. And then married that girl.
Almost.
Oh, yeah, fiance. Nice. You got out just in time.
Yes, he learned.
Mm.
He said he broke up with Lorna because he wasn't even sure if he actually loved her. After my graduation, they went home and she complained the whole trip. Then, out of frustration when she got home, she tried to break a little dragonfly figurine I made for Elias on our first anniversary. I didn't even know he still had it. He said he got so mad that he realized he had to end it because at that point they were just ruining each other's lives. I didn't know what to say, so I just patted his hand and asked him about his job. He said he quit, but his supervisor told him to think about it and gave him vacation time for 2 or 3 weeks. So he's spending the holidays here. By the way, you guys can spend 2 or 3 weeks or even months here with us listening to more full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts, search up OK Storytime. Wow. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they should get back together, though.
I think he wants that, though. I don't think OP wants
I
that
don't think
necessarily.
OP wants that.
I
though.
think OP has moved on or
Yeah.
is about to have that tested,
Yeah.
but I do think that he wants to get back together.
I think deep down he still wants that single life though, so I
Mhm.
think it could be really good for OP to even just have that moment of like, I love you, I'll love you forever, but no,
Yeah,
go live that.
please. Don't get into a relationship with the first person you meet. Date,
Who is
date
actually
a couple.
the first person that you were married to.
Yeah, yeah.
I told him not to think too much about the past and to just move forward, because what else do you say to that? Anyway, our parents apparently made a whole arrangement to spend Christmas together. Even my sister is coming from another city, so that's nice. But it also gave me some anxiety. I don't think anything significant is going to happen after this, but I'll update again if something changes. Happy holidays, and thank you all for the support and advice I received here. Wow.
Dude, your families are spending Christmas together.
Their parents are definitely trying to play matchmaker, though.
Absolutely. Y'all are spending Christmas. You're single. No. OP, hold strong.
You got this. I believe in you.
I believe. But that is the end of that story.
My mother-in-law is obsessed with my husband's ex, so I'm alienating her from my child.
Just stop talking to the ex. It's simple.
My mother-in-law has completely lost it, and I am honestly shocked at how far she's gone. My husband and I are trying to conceive, and we have already decided she will not be part of our child's life. I really need to know if anyone else has had to cut off a future grandparent before even having kids. And by the way, this comes from user Other Ganesh 7557. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Riley.
And I'm Vincent.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers except for how to conceive, I guess. But if you know all the stuff we don't know and you're like, these fools need to know these things, just tell us in the comments, please. So, here's the rundown. A few months ago, during what was supposed to be a calm conversation about boundaries with my husband's high-conflict baby mama, my mother-in-law actually threatened me. Then she acted like it was no big deal. There was no apology, no accountability, and no acknowledgement at all. She just pretended that it never happened. She constantly inserts herself into my husband's co-parenting. She sends high-conflict baby mama updates, photos, and full play-by-plays of our home and our time with stepdaughter. My husband has told her multiple times to stop, but she argues every single time. She insists she is helping stepdaughter and claims that the baby mama has the potential to be a great mom if someone would just pull it out of her. Like she sees herself as some kind of savior. My husband tells me all the time that the way his ex behaves with him and their daughter is exactly how his mother behaved when he was growing up. Knowing that, I guess it shouldn't surprise me how obsessed she is with baby mama. It feels like baby mama is her prodigy, and mother-in-law sees herself reflected in her. That dynamic alone is disturbing. Then she casually dropped that she would let baby mama move in with her if she ever needed a place. Baby mama is 31 and has never had her own place and bounces between boyfriend homes. And even her own parents refuse to let her move back in. Meanwhile, my mother-in-law is practically ready to adopt her. At the same time, she treats me like I am the outsider. Speaking of treating me like an outsider, she cannot seem to call me by my actual name.
What?
Most of the time, she calls me by baby mama's name, and she always does it in front of stepdaughter. That alone really set my husband off. Instead of correcting herself, she decided to give me a nickname, calling me Nuera, which means daughter-in-law in Spanish. Then she told my stepdaughter that Nuera is my name now. I was beyond pissed. It genuinely feels like she's trying to erase me as a person and replace me with some role she's created in her head. It is demeaning and unsettling. She has done this same strange dynamic with one of my husband's exes years ago. She hated that woman during the relationship and then became best friends with her after they broke up. They are still friends to this day. The pattern is extremely obvious. Baby mama had my mother-in-law blocked everywhere until my husband decided to go back to court recently. Suddenly, baby mama has added mother-in-law on Facebook and started responding to her texts. I'm sure she is more than happy to receive all the information about us that mother-in-law is providing. Even though we have nothing to hide, it is still incredibly annoying and invasive. She is also incredibly two-faced on social media. On Facebook, where baby mama can see, she posts about my husband without including a single photo of me. On TikTok, where baby mama cannot see, she suddenly posts tons of photos of me, my husband, and stepdaughter. The contrast is impossible to ignore. She even hijacked our wedding day.
What?
How did that happen?
What kind of... We need that mother-in-law expert to come back. Dr. Tracy.
Yeah, I think we can just, put this one in timeout. Volcano timeout.
Put the mother-in-law in timeout?
We're going back to the volcano, folks.
Ooh, I love those.
But on a actual real level, just freaking ignore this late. Why? She does this to get at you. So if you don't let it get at you, she fails. You know? We eloped in June and told her repeatedly that we wanted to go straight home afterwards and spend time alone together. She asked every single day leading up to the ceremony anyway. While we were taking pictures, she decided on her own that we would all go eat together as a big happy family. Everyone felt uncomfortable, especially since my husband's dad and stepmom's side of the family can't stand her. She was their high-conflict ex decades ago, and the tension was obvious. It was supposed to be our day, and she made it about herself. Why did you let her? Why did we let her?
Makes no sense.
And we say, oh, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do the thing that we had said we were going to do. So you're free to do whatever you want. Since August, I have been basically no contact unless absolutely necessary. Even so, she continues trying to wedge herself into our lives. She texts my husband asking what I want for Christmas so she can surprise me, which only happens because I won't speak to her directly. She keeps trying to make holiday plans that I want nothing to do with. And by the way, I want you to listen to full episodes with stories just like this on your favorite podcast platforms like iHeartRadio, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, or literally wherever. Just search OK Storytime. That's the name of our show. That's what you're watching right now.
Really?
Yes.
I was watching Jeopardy. Bro. Good hangout with Jeopardy.
If we could get Ken Jennings on the show, I would.
That would be sick.
There's no way, though. We'll never get Ken Jennings.
You know who actually never
You
get on
say
the show?
Who?
Alex Trebek.
Oh.
Why'd you just make me so sad?
I love that dude. I didn't even know he did Jeopardy. I just knew he did the old people commercials. Great.
The AARP commercials. You loved him for his performances as the AARP spokesman.
Yeah, I did. I did.
You just like that he stood up for the elders?
Yep. He was a good guy. Strong guy.
Man. Okay.
Anyway,
He also
sorry to do
donated a
that.
mountain. He owned a mountain and he donated it.
To who?
The people.
What?
He bought a
people?
mountain and he gave it away. Name one other man who's bought a mountain and given it away besides
Griffith
J.
Park.
Griffith. Yeah,
Yeah.
besides that guy.
He is also clinically insane.
Oh, I want to hear more about that.
Oh, we'll get into it later, but I think people want to hear the story.
Okay. Last year, she even gave baby mama a Christmas present despite talking trash about her the second she left the room.
And it was a tattoo for $100.
Tattoo, $100 off. Between the threats, the boundary stomping, the obsession with baby mama, the name nonsense, the manipulation, and the constant interference, we have made our decision. She will not be involved in our future child's life at all. No visits, no access, and no grandmother role. Has anyone else cut out a grandparent before even having kids? How did it go? Did you feel guilty at first, or did you feel more relieved? And there are some comments here.
It's time.
Yeah,
It's time.
I think this whole story was just like, why did we ever put up with her? Of course you're cutting her off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I go by the rule of like how often do I see certain family members, everyone gets two. I get to see everyone twice a year. If I see you more, it's because one, I'm happy when I see you. You bring joy to my life. Two, you're in my immediate family. But if you're not in my immediate family, you still bring absolute joy in my life, and I love you so much. If they don't fall in those categories, then we might not need to see them as often.
Yeah. And this person makes no one happy, clearly. Comment 1. You both need to go no contact with her. Take her off all socials and stop letting her see stepdaughter. She is toxic and jealous. Opie says, this is what we plan on doing eventually. My husband bought his car from his stepdad, so until he pays that off, he has to stay in contact, but we are working in a plan to pay it off as quickly as possible. A reply says, I would find a way to only communicate with stepdad and only about the car. OP says, that's a great idea in theory, but mother-in-law controls the house, and his stepdad pretty much doesn't do anything unless it's run by her. They are also extremely petty, so if my husband were to fully cut communication from mother-in-law, they would take the car back, as it's not in my husband's name yet. Comment 2 says, why wait until you have kids? Cut her out now. She doesn't seem to like you, and she's only making your life miserable. She's crossed every possible boundary you've put in place, so she doesn't get access to your life anymore. Opie says, I'm pretty much no contact with her right now. My husband only responds to her when necessary. I forgot to mention that she is my stepdaughter's Girl Scout troop leader. Oh, God.
Can we have her step down from that?
What a lady in a this lady molding the youth horrifies me. Until stepdaughter stops showing interest in that, which has already somewhat begun, that's the only time we see mother-in-law. Another reply says, maybe find a different troop if possible, and Opie says she is also over all of the troops in the area. We live in a rural area in Texas, so everyone knows everyone, and she's already made threats before if we didn't let stepdaughter participate. Reply says, oh dang, I'm in Texas too. I know how that goes. I hope y'all can eventually actually get away from her. And that's the end of that story. So we've officially gotten away from her, because that's the end.
We'll never hear from her again, unless the only reason we would hear about her again is if she does probably 5 more really crazy things and has a really good update. Then I'd want to hear back from her again. But yeah, we don't have to hear back from her again.
I feel like they're going to try to take that car from you no matter what. You know? I think you got to really, really iron out getting that to be your property legally on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Because she going to try to take that back.
My friend lied about why we broke up, so I told everyone the real reason.
The truth has been set free.
I am a part of a group of friends. John, 31 male, Kyle, 33 male, Patricia, 32 female, and myself, 32 male. We lived in close proximity of each other, and our parents were friends. So we all were introduced early and grew up together. Also, John and Pat are siblings with a great relationship. By the way, this comes from Petty Teddy Keep It Steady. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Dakota.
And we are here to give some good advice, goofily. But we do not have all of the answers. We would only tell you what we would do in this situation, but let us know what you would do in the comments. As OP says, from my perspective, that's essentially the core group because over time the group has expanded to include, okay, there are a lot of names at this. Are we supposed to
There is a lot of name going on here.
Are we supposed to get a whiteboard and jot all this down? Is this important or?
We have the whiteboards of our brain.
Oh no, I will not remember this. Well, the group has expanded to include Katie, 32 female, Ryan, 33 female, Laura, 31 female, Paul, 32 male, and Tyler, 36 male.
You know what? Screw it. I'm getting the whiteboard.
Thank God, because that's crazy.
Okay, here we go. I've got it right here.
Okay. Katie, Laura, and Paul matriculated in some time during high school. Ryan is Kyle's wife, and Tyler is Pat's husband.
Got it. I got it. Ryan is Kyle's wife, and Katie,
Tyler, Pat's husband.
Pat
is Patricia.
Patricia, yeah, Patricia. There we go. I've got it. I've got it on lock. Okay.
They each met their spouses during college, and they were accepted within our group. And we've interacted with their friend groups as well. After high school, everyone primarily kept in contact through Facebook and iPhone group chats to dish out invites, memes, and just general updates throughout life. We've had each one for years now, and I'm just generally amazed each one is still so active. LOL. Side note, the girls do have an all-girls chat, and the guys have an all-guys chat. About me. I'm the low-maintenance friend of the group, primarily because I be off doing my own thing. I don't consider myself to be standoffish, but I do have my own way about things. If I had to describe my personality, I'd say I'm an outrovert. I'm always catching everyone by surprise because I'm randomly commenting or doing something unexpected. Wow, he's such an outrovert. I'd consider myself a consistent friend because I show up for each of my friends, from weddings and funerals to childbirths and graduations, birthdays, promotion parties, anniversaries, etc. Sometimes things are hit and miss due to my job, but I make it a point to call/text and make alternate plans or something if I can't celebrate them the day of. They've been there for me as well. I had a huge tiff with the ladies of the group that started during high school, but it eventually resolved itself sometime during summer break of my sophomore year in college. I wouldn't say it divided the group, but it was eye-opening for me. So I was the first of the group to have a job and vehicle. I was blessed to get my first job in 10th grade and blessed with parents who were able to get me a vehicle for my commute. Frequently, my friends would ask for money. I didn't have an issue with it because I had it, but my personal boundary that I've always explained beforehand is just pay me back on the agreed upon day or get me some food. That's it. Sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
You know, if
Food.
I'm getting you something, buy me dinner.
Get me food.
Or give me back my money. It's still in place to this day, too. I've even added favors to it. Need a hand moving? Pay me or feed me. Car worked on or something clean? Pay me or feed me. A babysitter? Pay me or feed me. For me, that just keeps everything simple.
Hey.
Pay me or feed me.
Hey, I'm OP. Welcome to Pay Me or Feed Me. I'll do whatever you want, but you have to pay me or feed me.
Wait, that's a good skit. I never had a problem with the guys. They always paid me back on time or got the food and was never weird about it. The girls, though, there were multiple times that I allowed days to be moved and called myself working with them, or asked them to just go get me some food, but they wouldn't. This is from all three of them at the time. Eventually, this culminated in me calling them out on it one day when we were all out. I think it started from a conversation about integrity. I don't believe how I said it was disrespectful. I just provided my viewpoint. From there, the girls essentially actively started avoiding me. Me and the guys were fine, though. We all still gamed online together, played sports, and generally hung out. I even got John a job where I was working my senior year. They all still hung out with the girls too and went places and took plenty of photos together. I didn't ask about the girls, and I don't think they asked about me. During my freshman year in college, my roommate introduced me to red pill content. And essentially, I agreed with some points because of my lived experience up to that point. I'd say that's when I started really paying attention to cross-gender relationships and friendships. This guy sounds like he's gonna piss me off.
He does sound like a bit of a pisser.
My college sophomore break, John told me, not asked or even invited, LOL, to come to his high school graduation and party. I went, and that's essentially when I reconnected and began reconciling with the girls. That's also where I was introduced to Tyler. I formally met Ryan a year later randomly during Thanksgiving when they were at Kyle's parents'. Over time, I've had more individual conversations with Katie, Laura, and Pat about it, and they are all apologetic. Katie and Pat have kind of become extended sisters and are super supportive of me. Ryan has commented that she thought that they were my sisters the first time she was around the group. I don't know if that's their way of trying to patch things up, but I've explicitly told them everything is fine. That all was 10 to 11 years ago, and that's still the dynamic to this day. Problem. Laura and myself graduated high school together. My birthday is later in the year, and hers is earlier. So essentially, I started school a year behind. John and Kyle had the same situation. Pat, Kyle, and Katie all graduated together. Shortly after reconciling with the girls, I expressed to Laura that I'd like to pursue her romantically. Initially, everything was okay, but I ended things after I found out she was dating someone else. I hadn't told anyone that we were romantically involved, so when Katie asked about some guy she set her up with in the group chat, I found out she was seeing others. I didn't get mad or anything, I just ended it and wished her the best. Still treated her like everyone else. Fast forward to now. Everyone is living their lives, and some are more or less established in their respective careers, and some are still figuring it out. Over the weekend, there was a game night with everyone there, and the topic of dating came up. Laura makes some comments and basically informs the group that we briefly dated.
Okay.
Ooh.
A soft launch post relationship is kind of crazy energy.
Yeah, I don't know why she had mentioned that, but maybe she had
Yeah.
a reason.
Want to let you know we were doing stuff, now we don't. But we did.
We briefly dated. Let's all have a nice little chuckle about it.
Ooh, and now OP's gonna come in with the and we might still be dating if you hadn't been sleeping around on me. Ooh, are you gonna get messy?
Uh-oh.
Are you gonna make it messy?
In her version, it's essentially, I didn't want anything long-term with her because she didn't finish college. She was still in college when I stopped pursuing her romantically. I disagreed and explained again why I stopped pursuing her. Then Katie makes the comment about why wouldn't I date Laura now, and I said that's not a possibility, nor do I ever see it being a possibility ever again. Laura asked me to explain why, and I tried my best to dodge it. Pat, Tyler, Ryan, and Kyle tried to help, but Laura was adamant.
This is so funny. You're like, I don't want to bury you. I don't want to bury you, please. And she's like, no, take this shovel and bury me.
Side note 2. I currently have a girlfriend and we are in a polyamorous relationship. I lean on my elders along with Pat, Tyler, Ryan, and Kyle for guidance on how to effectively communicate because they are my married friends. So they are the only ones aware that I'm in a relationship, and I explicitly asked them not to tell anyone in the group. They've actually met her and we've all been to places together. When I saw that Laura wouldn't drop it, I told her why I don't see myself pursuing her romantically, without even mentioning my girlfriend. I stated with details and examples about how I thought that she was a horrible choice in a romantic partner, and I believed that she could benefit from therapy. Ooh.
You asked for this, Laura.
Ooh.
Ask and ye shall receive.
Ooh. OP.
Sometimes you don't have to, though. Sometimes you just go, it just wouldn't work.
Yep.
Why? Because it wouldn't. Why? It won't. Drop it.
Because I just don't want it to. Why? You're not my type. Boom.
That you gave her what she wanted.
I explain that she has a pattern of lying, cheating, and stealing in previous romantic relationships. Then I explained how I believed that her life was in financial shambles and I don't want to intermingle my life with that.
Whoa.
Okay. These are all...
Yeah. You got what you wanted, Laura.
I still think she's gorgeous. And I consider her a legitimate friend, but beyond that, I can't allow myself to ever be involved with her beyond our friendship. By the way, you can be involved in all of our shenanigans by listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and just search OK Storytime. Little bit left. I don't think...
Look, sometimes people ask and they're not ready, and you didn't really do anything wrong. You just told them exactly why you would never be interested in dating them. You know, I gotta say, I'm the kind of person who would also do that. If I'm pressed over and over, if I go, I got thoughts in my head, they wouldn't be very nice though, so I won't say them. And if they hounded me and also had lied about it in the first place, I would go, okay, fine. Here's what I think. And also, I love you as a friend, but I would never date you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. She kind of asked for it, but I don't think he needed to be that blunt. But I also think he was like being berated and she wasn't letting it down. And all of the friends were like, nah, like it's cool. We don't have to get into it. And she's like, no, tell me now. And he's like, okay, well, for starters, and you know.
Yeah.
And now she's like, she probably ran away crying.
I didn't want to hear the truth.
Yeah. I just thought I wasn't your type or something. You didn't have to go through my whole entire life. Anyway, OP continues. She ended up shedding a tear and excused herself. Knew it. It became awkward after that, so I apologized to everyone for ruining the mood and left. I told my girlfriend what happened, and she said if that's how I felt, then don't get hung up over it. I've talked to the girls on the game since then, And they stated they don't think that what I was saying was cruel. I still haven't heard anything from Pat or Katie, though. Usually they would be in the group chat, but now they are silent. Ryan called and we discussed it, and she said that's probably something that Laura needed to hear. Oh. So now I'm here asking, am I the a-hole for explaining it the way that I did?
No, not at all, honestly.
I think there's always a kind way to say things, but
Which you're an expert at.
Me? I don't know what you mean. I'm very kind with my words. I think that you could have been a little less, but also she was pressuring you and very adamant about, like, tell me. And it's like, okay, I didn't want to do it, but now you forced my hand type of deal. Yeah,
and it wasn't just him. It was everyone else was also being like, we don't need to do this. All the other guys were like, no, it's fine.
She, like, wouldn't let it go.
He probably did try to be like, you're just not my type. And she's like, well, no, why specifically am I not your type?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, good dog, you want to hear it? You gonna hear it. Here we go.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think that you're the a-hole. I think she kind of, she was getting annoying with it. And it's like, okay, cool. Then I will tell you. And guess what? You asked for it, so don't be hurt when I tell you what the truth is.
Ask and ye shall receive.
But that is the end of that story.
I raised my boyfriend's daughter for 5 years. Now he's leaving me.
Looks like you didn't do a good job.
I met my ex 5 years ago when I was about to be 24, and he was 27. He was the single father to a 1-year-old daughter, Sarah. The mother of his child had passed away when she was only 3 months old. I was only 24 and weary about getting involved with a man with a kid, but we really clicked. As he was his daughter's primary caregiver, I met her pretty early on in our relationship. I never knew, even if I wanted to have children, but Sarah really changed things for me. We eventually moved in together, and I have been helping raise Sarah since. By the way, this comes from user 042111962. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Keon.
I'm Riley.
And we're just goofy guys. We're here to give goofy advice. That's it. Give some goofy comments. So, OP says, my ex worked a lot, and I was still a student, so Sarah and I spent a lot of time together when she was young. Once I graduated, I was able to work remotely, so when Sarah is not in school, I am typically the one taking care of her. We are incredibly close. Unfortunately, things began going south with my ex about 6 months ago. His work schedule is really hard on me, and I really struggled with the amount of time we were able to see each other. I know that sounds selfish. I think my nagging became too much for him, and over the course of 6 months, it feels like I really pushed him away. Over the weekend, he sat me down and told me that he is not in love with me anymore, and he doesn't think he can continue our relationship.
I don't think. I think we could have worked out something here. Honestly, I do. Dude, couple of weeks of couples therapy. Get you right back on track.
Yeah, I mean, well, why not try? The good old try. The good old college try.
Yeah.
That is a whole other issue that I am dealing with. I mean, we live together and raise a child together, and now everything is flipped upside down. As upset as I am about this breakup, my main concern is Sarah. I truly do consider her my child. I mean, I have been the closest thing to her mother for the last 5 years. She doesn't know anything but me. My heart physically hurts. I asked my ex what would happen with her, and said that he hopes I would still be a part of her life, and of course I want that. I just don't know how to even go about it. How do you co-parent with your ex when you're not technically a parent? I guess my biggest concern is him moving away with her and me not having any rights, or him getting a new girlfriend and deciding it's easier without his ex being so close with his daughter. I am just stressed to the max right now. She's stress maxing.
It will make you a better person down the road. So she's probably around, that was 5 years. They got together at 24. She's around 29.
Bro, if the comments call me out and cook me for this just because I'm trying to be funny, I'm calling you out.
Ah, that's okay. That's okay. She's stress maxing. This is weird. This is such a weird thing to do. Can't she say this kid is hers, like raising her from 3 months?
I mean, her ex did say, like, I want you in Sarah's life. You were her mother figure, but I can't be with you. It's just a harsh reality.
Ugh. Ugh.
I have to find a place to live and basically restructure my entire life, but all I can think about is being able to be in this little girl's life forever. Is there any way I can make that happen? We have some comments.
Oh yeah, you could totally make this happen.
Sarah is almost 5 or 6 now. I mean, yeah,
soccer practice, t-ball practice.
just especially when OP was the closer parent in
Yeah.
all of this, when OP's ex and the father of Sarah was going off to work a lot. I feel like you guys, before anything, this needs to be a slow transition, not a let's rip off the Band-Aid kind of thing, because that's gonna emotionally scar Sarah, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I could be totally wrong. It may be better to do it fast. I don't know.
One of the things I understand he fell in love with her, but I don't think the guy is really understanding how much OP is carrying the weight around the house.
OP's thing was I'm her mom.
Yeah, dude.
And
And
now
you
that's
work
gone.
a lot, and you guys don't have a lot of time together. You got to work something out. I don't know. He's gonna have to restructure his plan
This
day a lot.
has to be a compromised relationship now.
Yeah. So good luck. 6 months. I would have given it a little bit more.
Yeah,
thought.
because they were dating for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 years, dude.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We have some comments. OP replying to a deleted comment. I know. I totally feel you, and thanks for your input. Those are my other fears. What if he does get married and she gets a stepmom and she bonds with her and it's over me? I also am worried about seeing him with another girl, but that's mainly my own jealousy, and I think I could work through it for Sarah. I consider just telling him it'll be easier for a clean break, because maybe that would be easier for Sarah as well. But at the same time, I'm all she's ever known. We've spent more time together than her and her father these last 5 years, and I'm scared she'll be mad at him and hurt and not understand how mad I am and how hurt I am. I don't want her feeling this way ever. Sorry, I'm just putting my thoughts into words, and I am getting more and more nervous. We have another comment here saying, you don't have any legal rights to her.
Oh, that's a good point.
I mean, that's just the straight up truth.
I mean, I think you could put some. What do you call that? Like when you write in pen,
Writing.
but you have
In
like
pen.
an eraser thing. What do you call it? Whiteout? Is that what it's called?
What? So you write in pen, but you want to
Yeah,
delete
yeah,
it? White out.
Yeah, just put some whiteout over the birth certificate and put your name down.
That's gonna work so well.
Don't show it to any cops, and you're good.
Yeah. This commenter continues saying, the only way to get them is if your ex agrees to let you adopt her. At this point, I'd guess that's not on the table. Please realize, as heartbreaking as it is, chances are there will come a time when you will be pushed to the back burner. There's little you can do about this. I think certainly trying to stay in her life is good, and if you want to see the writing on the wall, for her sake, do what you can to ease your way out instead of disappearing. Do you think your ex would be amicable to going to family counseling to get a professional opinion on how to structure this? As a true life story, my kids bonded with their dad's second wife quite a bit. She was in their lives from 2 to 5. She left one day and never contacted them again. To this day, 5 years later, they still bring her up and are clearly hurt. This is with 2 involved parents in place. My heart breaks for you and your little girl. OP responds with, maybe family counseling is good. Your comment breaks my heart. The last thing I ever want to do is disappear and have Sarah thinking that I didn't love and care about her. I truly consider her my child and don't know if I will have any others. I think that maybe my best bet is to figure out how to peacefully transition out of her life. But even typing that makes me feel like I can't breathe. How do you spend all your waking hours thinking about, worrying about, and caring for a child for 5 years and then you just have to walk away? It feels like this isn't real life yet. Another comment here says, these questions can only be answered by the child's father. Once you've had the time to calm down and deal with your life change, meet with him in person. Get coffee or something with him and talk about what he'd be okay with involving Sarah. This will be your opportunity to ask any and all questions. Consider bringing up legal adoption, even if you want. This would be the best time to figure it all out. OP responds with, I want to sit down and have a talk about the long term with him. I will bring up legal adoption, and now I'm wishing I would have a few years ago, honestly. We had discussed marriage and the future, and I just assumed we'd always be together, or I'd adopt her after we were married. But I should have pushed for it sooner. Thank you for your advice. And another comment here says, I understand your fear. He says he hopes you would still be a part of her life, but you have no idea what that means.
Oh yeah, it's not very clearly defined there.
Yeah, I think this is all fresh, and I think a full-on discussion needs to be had.
Oh heck yeah, dude.
And frankly, it's easy to say. I think you're going to have to go through a big transition here. It's important for him and Sarah to establish a new life and a new routine, and it'll be confusing for Sarah if things change too frequently. I kind of doubt that your ex will agree to let Sarah stay with you every other weekend or something. Probably you'll be more like a friend who will ask to hang out with Sarah and he will say yes or no. I think if your ex is hesitant about that level of relationship, you should probably tell him that if he doesn't want you to have a relationship with Sarah, you can't make him. And if he wants you out of his life completely, maybe it's best to make a clean break as much as you would hate that. On the other hand, if you and your ex are talking about having a much bigger role than that, I think you should ask for some kind of rights to go with it. Ask that you will be allowed to legally become Sarah's mother by adopting her. And Opie responds with, truly, I would love to adopt her and get to be a consistent part of her life. I just have no idea how that conversation will even go since the breakup. I really wish I would have asked for that sooner. I'm not sure exactly what his idea of Sarah and I's relationship is in the future. He wants me in her life, but I don't know if he wants me around to that extent. I just need to talk to him, I guess. It's not like we had a huge blow up, and we still speak civilly. I just don't know about the future. And there is an update. Like I said, this is going to be something for you guys to talk about and see how this goes. And
Yeah. Do you feel like the guy's pulling the trigger a little fast here?
maybe he could have, because it's 6 months, but like,
Yeah, this type of situation where we need to sit down with them at dinner and kind of feel the vibe.
yeah, I truly,
Get the full compass of this.
yeah, like, what did you mean by breaking up with me? Like, you want to take like a small break? Like, we can work on this? Or like,
Yeah, I can
are
go.
we done?
I go to my mom's house for a week or two. We can come back.
Yeah,
breathe
is
this
that door
out.
closed? Is that fully, like, can we get back on? But I mean, in reality here, this is a tough situation.
I get it. They're just so dependent on one another to take care of Sarah. Like, you know, a relationship is when it comes to children.
Yes, but I'm also scared for him because, again, I don't think maybe he did the repercussions of breaking up with OP because he relied on OP, not necessarily relied, they did it together and OP understood, but OP's been the main parent here of being with Sarah, being the main mother figure. He's gonna go like, oh, who's taking care of Sarah now? I can't do it. I'm working.
Dude, yeah,
We may have ripped this Band-Aid off way too quick.
can we go back to I like the family counseling.
I think something like that.
That would, well, that's my vote. What do you guys think? That's my vote.
But we have an update. For the last week, my ex has been staying with family when he's not at work, and we have been sharing time with Sarah. We met up this weekend to talk about everything and our life plan. He basically said that he does still love me, but that his schedule is just not something that can change for him anytime soon. I'm trying to be understanding and supportive because I do want to be with him and Sarah. We are going to look into counseling for us as a couple. And on top of that, also family counseling for the three of us. I did bring up legal adoption of Sarah. I was shocked when he said he was thinking of the same thing. He said that no matter what happens with us as a couple, he always wants me to be a parental figure to Sarah. We had both hoped that someday I would adopt her. We just didn't see us breaking up or it becoming an issue. I'm so glad we are on the same page about that, at least. I'm over the moon, and we're going to meet with a lawyer on Friday to get the ball rolling on that. I'm hoping that this relationship can be saved because I really do feel like I have a family with them. My number one priority throughout this has been and is Sarah, and I can't even explain how happy I am that I will get to legally be her parent. I know I won't ever be her mother, but I'm glad that we will be together no matter what. And there's an edit. Do people think that I'm being taken advantage of for free childcare? Please realize that I've happily cared for Sarah for at least 5 years and have no problem continuing to do so. And we have some comments.
Okay, we had a little bit of a reality check here. I like this.
I mean, yes, I think Opie's hearing all the good. Great. This is all positive stuff. Love it. Don't think it's like, all right,
Well, no, it's not solved.
this is not problem solved. Like,
Th-
we're not done.
I think this is how I see it.
Mm.
We're at a fork in the road. We can either go to breakup route or repairing route because the guy came up. This is sustainable for me.
Yeah.
And they reevaluated. They went down the breakup road for a little bit and said, well, turn back around. Let's go back to the fork.
It's one of those things on the highway where you see like a dirt path and you're like, there's a path there for a reason. I
Yeah.
can turn there, right? I'm going to do it.
Going back. I like this. I like where everyone is at. How much do we have left?
A little bit left.
A little bit left? Okay. I was like, we don't have a lot left, do we?
No, we
This
will.
is still 180?
They just keep going in circles.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
We have some comments, though. I want to give you a little bit of a reality check. This work schedule thing being too busy and you nagging him thing is an excuse. While it might be valid, he might be tired of your nagging, it sounds like the three of you have a family together. You're all but married and everything but name and legality. I've recently started working 7 days a week, 60 to 75 hours.
What? Dude, everyone says they work this much.
Doing what?
I
wanna
work
know.
50 hours a week. I mean, I'm not. I don't get it. What? I mean, some people do. This is crazy.
My family wants to make a cross-country move, and I want to make sure we have a massive cushion of finances to move on. I'm busy as heck, but I'd never divorce my wife because of it. He moved out. Either your nagging was off the charts annoying, or there's something else going on here. You might want to consider that before you devote a bunch of time in relationship counseling trying to salvage this.
Dude, you're missing the point here, commenter. They are going to family counseling to work out the kinks. Sure, that might be something. I don't know. It feels like this guy didn't.
Yeah, I feel like he's just like all like pessimistic. He's like, he broke up with you for a reason. It wasn't just because of this, and like there's no other chance like you guys can get back together. But it does raise some concerns that he did say, I love you. It's just my work schedule is causing me to like again. I broke up with you and caused you. Like I didn't even get to try and figure this out. Like you said, you're like 6 months, and you guys are together for 5 years, and you want to break it off now without even trying.
Yeah, there's some holes in the boat. They know that. That's why they're making the repairs and working towards getting that done.
OP responds to that commenter saying, I do see where you're coming from. To shed a little bit more perspective on our relationship since it was vague in both posts. My ex works in a field that has him out of town for anywhere between 3 days to 3 weeks a month. The traveling is also pretty random. You can find out he'll be gone for 3 weeks, less than a week in advance sometimes. He could change things or not go, but he is a people pleaser. And he is good at what he does. So he goes, and I get lonely without him. I know that doesn't give me an excuse, but it's hard to be away from him so much. Maybe I am too clingy. I don't know. When he's in town, he's working 10 to 14-hour days. And when he comes home, he is exhausted, which totally understandable. But when I only see him for an hour to eat and then he's off to bed, it's like he's not there. I love this man, and I could deal with this for a while, but just not forever. He loves his job, though, and he doesn't see this schedule changing anytime soon. He says that he loves me, too, and that he does want to make me a priority, but it's hard for him, too. Moved out was extreme. He really just took some clothes and has been staying with family. We've been in touch, and I do believe he loves me, but he said it got to a point where coming home didn't feel relaxing because I would either be trying to cram any activity I could into the small amount of time we had together, or I was moping because he was leaving again soon. All of that is true, and I just want to work on it. It's just hard. And Riley, are you hard?
Yes, I am, Keon.
Do you know any way you can help with that?
I don't. Can you tell me?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's de-hard maxing.
Oh, no. I want to stay hard.
Oh,
I want to stay hard for more stories like this.
Oh, then you go to your favorite podcast app, such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and searching OK Storytime.
How many days hard can I stay if I listen to OK Storytime from the beginning?
However hard you want to be for how long.
How
you're
many
going?
days straight, Keon, can I be hard?
At least, fuck, dude. At least a couple months, bro.
Couple months?
I don't think you should. I think if you stay that hard for that long, you should see not just a doctor, but like 20 professionals.
Oh, we got an update.
Boy, we have an update.
Whoa,
Yeah, wow.
Let's freaking go. I
Let's
love updates.
You want to go straight into it?
Yes, please. Please, Daddy Keon.
Opie's comment history, which seems to suggest that they stayed together. Update 2 years later. Opie says, I would venture that it doesn't have a ton to do with how much money you make and a lot more to him coming home from a long day and seeing you still in your PJs, even if you did work a hard day. I work remotely and make very close to what my fiance makes, and this is a discussion we've had several times and still have occasionally. Working remotely isn't for everyone, and not everyone will ever have an opportunity to do it, so they don't understand it. It's just not your fault, or is, but it's definitely worth talking through if it is important to you. What I do is explain to him my tasks, deadlines, and the pressure I am feeling. I explain that no, I can't do all the laundry, dishes, childcare while I am at home because I also have a job to do. It might not solve all your problems, but just explaining what I do all day, every day, has definitely helped us curb his jealousy. So, looks like they stayed together.
Okay.
But it looks like what it stemmed from more so was his, oh, all you do is stay home.
Yeah.
You get to have a really chill day staying home doing nothing and hang out with Sarah all day.
Does it seem like you're trying hard with this relationship? I agree. But they worked it out. It seems like they're getting married soon.
Yeah, fiance, which is, you guys worked it out. I think you guys just needed to communicate a lot better.
Yeah. Congrats, dude. I love this. I like this update.
Good good for you guys. As long as you guys are happy, good for you guys. Good for Sarah. Keep doing what you're doing. Just communicate and keep working through that counseling.
Yeah, keep it up. But that's the end of this story, Keon.
My mother chose my ex over me for Christmas, so I did the same thing.
Ooh, yeah. Matching the same energy.
Basically, my ex and I split after someone came out as a sapphic at the start of 2025. We're both 42 now, and we're together for nearly 17 years. I wanted no contact with her, which I've been able to avoid her relatively well. My family had a relationship with her, which I can't avoid. Their excuse is that she's been in their lives so long, she's part of the family herself. But it hasn't affected me up until now. By the way, this comes from Intrepid Cut 337, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofly, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And Opie says, my ex and her own family always got along, and I had a great relationship with them myself, particularly her mom. When she came out, they all fell out and they disowned her. Oh, they're from a Caribbean background, so there's an element of homophobia there. The original plan for Christmas and New Year was that I was going to spend the time at my folks. It would have been nice after the year I've had. But at the start of December, my mom told me she spoke to my ex and she had no one to spend Christmas with, so she invited her to have dinner with us. I wasn't happy with that at all, and my mom basically said she hates the thought of someone having no one at Christmas. So I said, I don't think I want to go, and I'd rather spend Christmas on my own. She thought I was being dramatic. I, not long after that, received a Christmas card from my ex-in-laws, so I rang them and thanked them. It was lovely to catch up, and my ex-mother-in-law asked me what I'm doing for Christmas.
All right, why is it lovely to catch up with them?
They're like Why do we want to catch up with
now.
them?
You're making it a little weird.
Do I totally understand why you don't like that your mom invited your ex to Christmas? Completely. Do I think the solution is hanging out with your ex's homophobic parents? No. I told them about my situation, and I don't think I'm gonna do my folks, and she invited me to spend Christmas with them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I read in my mind ahead.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So Opie was just invited for Christmas. I said, why not? And I'd go and stay with them. I told my mom a few days before, I'm definitely not going, and she was gutted, saying I should reconsider. I went to my ex's family, and I had a great time. They made proper Caribbean food, curry goat, and I enjoyed their company. I enjoyed it so much that I stayed until the new year. I'm definitely going to stay in contact. I even reconnected with my ex-sister-in-law while I was there. I dare say there was a bit of flirtation there, but I didn't act on it. Although I still might. The year's young yet. You are weird. I don't like you. She did give me her number and said we can go out anytime. This is so weird. When I got back home yesterday, my mom was angry with me. She said I ruined Christmas and I was a bad person for spending time with people like my ex-in-laws. I kind of agree. Apparently, loads of people in my family aren't happy with me. Am I the a-hole for spending time with my ex-in-laws over my own family because they invited my ex? And there's a judgment of everyone sucks here, and I agree.
This is like an eye for an eye thing, but you want eye for like a whole body.
Yeah.
Which is like, what are we doing?
This is weird.
Nobody in this story feels like they're moving correct.
Everyone's moving the wrong way. I don't like it. And we've got an update 6 days later, but I don't like any of this.
They're moving all herky-jerky.
Yucky. Like, why did you think that was cool? I just don't understand. Even if you were super upset that your wife left you, why? I don't know. Like, don't you have any residual love for your wife?
Well, I don't know, because I feel like now, I don't know, somebody said something about being lied to for 17 years, but it's like...
Did she lie, though? Did she lie, or did she just
yeah.
not know, you know? Because
Yeah.
that's a thing.
Right.
She didn't cheat on you that we know of. It sounds like she just kind of figured it out. This week, I had some missed calls from my cousin's daughter's number. Second cousin? Not sure of the technical term. Her and my mom are close, and she was like a little sister to me as a teenager, as she looked after her for her mom when she went to work. So I rang her back, and she went off her head at me, calling me every piece of crap under the sun. I tried to give her my side, but she wasn't having any of it, so I basically told her to F off. She blabbed her own mom, who then sends me message after message on her social media about how I spoke to her daughter, an effing 30-year-old woman no less, and how I'm treating my mom. I just blocked her. I'll probably hear about it soon enough. She's a self-absorbed person who lies to make herself look better, so will no doubt spin it to my uncle, other cousins, and everyone who will listen. I don't care. If anyone else says crap, I'll block them and cut them off and all. It's obvious there. My mom's been talking crap about it, so I basically rang her and confronted her. She admitted that she told people because she was hurt. I said basically she had no idea of the word, and she, my dad, and ex hurt me more than anything I could do to them. I told her I don't want to talk anymore, and don't bother ringing me. I won't bother ringing her. I got some texts later on from her, really long ones, and I just deleted them without reading and blocked her number for now. Since I haven't been speaking to her, not just this week, but since Christmas, regularly, I've been so much less stressed. It's made me realize how much I am leeched off by her. For all my adult life, she's rang me twice a day, and we speak for at least half an hour each time. Well, I say we speak. It's usually a case of her talking and me listening. And it's all trauma dumping too. The past few years, it's been worrying about my dad, worrying about her health, worrying about the dog, crying about certain cousins who passed away. Okay, well, that one, okay. Even talking about how she thinks she's going to pass away. Effing twice a day, I've had it for years. Ironically, my ex used to say I deserve a medal for putting up with it for so long. And now she's up their butts. How does that work? Dude, she doesn't have, okay.
Well, I think because her entire family
She doesn't
abandoned
have
her
a family.
for being gay.
She doesn't have a family. And these
I think
people
that might be
have,
why.
that she's known for 17 years,
Yeah.
probably longer, said, hey, we still love and accept you for this.
Yeah.
What?
It's like,
This is still everyone's sex here. Okay. Despite this situation being crap, I feel like a burden's been lifted. By the way, I'll lift this burden off your shoulder of daily life by giving you something relaxing to listen to. Okay, story time. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio to listen to full episodes with stories just like this. But we've got a little bit left to this story. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, somebody had this sounds like normal relationship stuff. It's exhausting, sure, but it's like mom stuff. Like, yeah, like,
I don't know.
oh, your
Yeah.
mom's like, oh, I'm gonna die one day, don't you know? And it's like, yeah, mom, please, why? Don't say that. Don't say that. And it's like, oh,
You
did
hear that your cousin passed away?
Did you hear Jimmy got sliced up in that industrial grinder? And it was like, yeah, mom,
It's gonna
I
be
did.
me
Why
tomorrow.
don't want to talk about that.
How come
That's
you're-
terrible.
How come you're
Thanks,
from
mom.
Boston?
She's from Boston.
I don't know. This mom's from Boston. Yeah, I went outside today and it was raining, and so I went back inside and I got a coat on, and when I went back outside, it had stopped raining. So I went back inside to put my coat away, but then when I went back out, it was raining again. So I went back inside and I read a book. Thanks, Mom.
And that's all. And that's all you gotta do. But there's a little bit left. I heard from my ex-mother-in-law. I wished her Happy New Year, and she messaged me back, and we've been texting back and forth. So weird. It feels like a genuine conversation, like someone who actually cares about what I have to say. She says I'm invited to her birthday in March, and I'm gonna go. I know that won't be popular of you who say I shouldn't be in touch with bigots or the like, but they're the only people on earth at the moment who care about me, and I dare say love me. So I'm not about to give that up and be on my own. So dude, okay, so dude, you say that, and yet you don't seem to understand why your ex-wife may desire the same?
Just full.
It's just going
I don't
full.
get it.
It's going eye for eye, mouth for mouth. It's like, what are we doing?
I've also messaged my ex-sister-in-law back too. We spoke for a bit, and she's not looking for anything serious as she just got out of a bad relationship herself. So it'll be a casual friends with benefit things more likely. You suck.
What do
Suits
you
me,
mean?
as that's where I am too.
You're just doing it for revenge.
Yeah,
We
that's
might hook up
crazy.
soon.
That,
Not gonna
like,
lie,
it's
very
kinda-
excited.
It's kind of like weird out of all the people on the planet.
You chose your sister-in-law,
So it's like,
her sister.
yeah, it's like, ugh, it's like, can you maybe just say it's like, oh, it just happened? Yeah, but
Did it really though?
yeah. And are you doing the thing now where it's like, oh, now once I sleep with her sister, she'll think, oh, well, was he actually more into my sister the whole time?
But the thing
'Cause
is that
he's
she's not
thinking,
gonna care.
Was she actually just into women the whole time? She never was into me? Boo boo goo goo gaga boo 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 boo. Come on. Literally anyone else. Gary Busey.
The Buse is loose.
But that's the end of that story, folks. And we've got another one coming right up.
My best friend ghosted me for 5 years. Now she's acting like nothing happened.
Back from the grave.
My 37 female best friend, 38 female, of 15 years went no contact with me 5 years ago. We're supposed to reconnect, but I'm feeling unsure. By the way, this comes from Legitimate Light 131, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. And I'm Angie.
I'm Carly.
And we're here to give good advice, goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We just know what we would do in these situations. So let us know what you would do in the comments. She was the most emotionally intelligent, loyal, communicative person I knew. We'd been like sisters and stayed in touch no matter the distance. But when I moved far away to pursue my education and she had babies back to back, she told me that she didn't have time to maintain a long distance friendship. I told her I understood, that her kids and self-care should obviously come first, and that we'd pick up where we left off someday. I never dreamed that she'd go no contact. To be honest, I'm not sure she knew at that point either. I stepped back, invested in other friendships, and gave her space. I'd call every now and then and text on birthdays and Christmas. She stopped answering the phone and responded to texts every 6 months or so. I couldn't shake the feeling that this was about more than being busy, especially when I saw distant family and friends mentioned talking on the phone on her Facebook. A year and a half in, I sent her a message asking if I had done anything to hurt or upset her and that I wanted to make amends if that were the case. She left me on red. I took it as a sign to respect her obvious, if unspoken, boundaries. Reaching out without hearing back also hurt like heck. I couldn't do it anymore. I tried to move on, not to obsess over the reason. I talked about it with friends and in therapy. I also fell into a deep depression, withdrew from my other relationships, and became increasingly self-isolated. I'd clearly hurt and lost the person closest to me, but didn't know how or why. 5 years passed with no contact. A few months back, I learned that her father passed away unexpectedly, and I reached out. We spoke for a while, and she apologized, saying that she'd never meant to let it go on this long. I apologized for anything I had done to hurt or upset her. She got quiet and said that we could talk about it later. We spoke a little while longer, but once I got off the phone, I became flooded with anger. I let the feelings fade and gave her space, and then texted a few weeks later to offer support and condolences, and crickets. I gave it another month before messaging and saying that I was up for sorting it out or leaving it be. She said that she wanted to chat, but we've been trying to hammer out a time for months now, which is telling. Seems like we're both hesitant. Now she wants to talk next week, and I'm not so sure. Part of me wants to cancel because F this pain. Hello, avoidance. A smaller part of me wants to fawn and make it all better. Hello, trauma and anxiety. And every cell in my body wants to protect my broken heart. I tend to be really hard on myself, and given the pedestal I placed her on, it's not just me. She's loved by literally everyone, while I'm a quirky ND who's loved, but more of an acquired taste. I've blamed myself, especially in the absence of a reason. But in reality, I feel that this is an effed up way to treat a best friend and that it isn't all my fault, like my brain and lingering trauma would like me to believe. I need advice on how to approach this. Part of me wants to meet with her, even though my nervous system wants to flee. Part of me wants to heal this rift now in case we never get a chance to. Logically, I know that I should hear her out, but I'm just so dang hurt and angry. I don't even know whether to express that to her before or after she says her piece. I know I need to make space for both of our feelings and grievances, but how? I missed her so much, but I gave up on her a long time ago. I don't know how to move past this. To be honest, I'm not even sure I want to. Is talking to or trying to make amends with someone who ghosted me 5 years even worth it? If only to find out why. There are some comments, but what would you say?
I always struggle with this question because I feel like this comes up a lot more so in like relationship kind of things. Like a relationship ends and you want to know why, but like, is it worth the pain of hearing why kind of thing?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Closure is great. Closure is lovely. Everybody loves closure. I don't often think this leads to that, though.
Yeah, I would agree. But we do have some comments. If I were you, I'd want to know, but only under my terms. The biggest term being, she does all the work of putting this together. You didn't walk away from her. She walked away from you. The rapprochement should come from her alone. The other thing you need to brace yourself for is that you were never her best friend. She may have been your best friend, but it wasn't true on her part. She probably doesn't need to reestablish the relationship nearly as much as you do. She more than likely just feels guilty that she didn't mean to hurt when she cut you out of her life, but she didn't care enough that she wanted you in her life. I don't say these things to be hurtful, rather to warn you not to expect some huge issue that you didn't know about. Your lives had grown apart literally and figuratively, and she just went with it because she didn't care enough not to. OP replied, ouch, but also, you're probably right. After she had her first kid, she fell in with her mom friends more, and the slow fade began. As for not meaning to hurt me, I'm not so sure. She knew for certain that it would hurt me and even mentioned not wanting to during the I can't be your long distance friend convo. But something obviously changed. Either she didn't care or she wanted to. We do have an update here. Reading responses has been helpful. Thanks for the reality check. Prior to sharing this, a small part of me hoped that we could be besties again. Now I realize that that's not only impossible, but unwise.
Oh.
Whatever her reasoning may have been, I know that I deserved better than to be left unread for years. I'm kind, I'm receptive. When I've hurt someone, I listen, apologize, and make amends. I assume she didn't have the capacity to talk things over, but it doesn't take a lot to say, hey, I'm drowning right now and I love you, but I don't have time to talk or write. Please don't blame yourself. I'll be in touch someday. But instead, she said nothing. For years. I'm not ready to forgive that, and I know that if we talked, I'd not only forgive her, but would probably end up asking her to forgive me. Like many women, I say sorry too often. Yes, I'm working on boundaries, more on that below. So the update is this. I messaged her saying that not knowing why she cut off contact has been very difficult, that she had hurt me deeply, and that while my first instinct after her father passed away had been to support her, I just wasn't ready to be in touch again. I'm guessing some of you are groaning or cursing at me right now. Most of you really wanted to know why. And at first, I did too. But this situation is fresh for you. I've been sitting with it for years. To me, her reasoning is less important than the pain that she caused and could easily cause again. Sharing this helped me realize that I'd rather continue to enjoy the happiness I've found without her than risk it by chasing her down and forcing a conversation that neither of us seemed eager to have. Chasing unavailable people is a habit that her disappearance helped me break. I caught myself regressing when she kept leaving me on read and I kept messaging anyway. That was a mistake on my part, one that left me feeling really crappy. I won't do that again. So now what? Now I keep doing the good work in therapy to process this hurt and anger and dig into whether I'm willing to risk more pain to give her the chance to explain herself. If and when I do get back in touch, I'll consider whether mutual support is being made. What I won't do, now or ever, is chase down someone who ghosted me just to find out why. And what I will do is let you know that you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever podcast platform you prefer. Just search OK Storytime. And there is a little bit more to the story, but it's making a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. Good head on your shoulders now. I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes you just need to hear it from the outside perspective. Like, you already know that deep down, but
Yeah. And I think that's a good point. Like, you don't want to chase down someone that ghosted you to ask them
Yeah.
why. That's why they ghosted you.
Right. They didn't want to tell you why.
Yeah.
If they were capable of expressing those feelings, they wouldn't have
Right.
ghosted you.
There's no point. Like, it's just going to start some sort of argument because then she's going to say something wrong that
Yeah.
you did or something, or I don't know, become the victim in a way that you're not ready to support or something. So the why is less important than the what, because what happened was incredibly painful and not an experience that I care to repeat. Impact over intent always. If we ever reconnect, I'll probably share it here. Until then, thanks for listening. And to anyone facing a similar dilemma, if it's not an enthusiastic yes, it's a no. That applies to consent, to all parties in friendships and relationships, to how our bodies respond in situations like these. Mine had been saying hard pass for a while now. I'm glad I finally listened. And that's the end of that story. Okay.
Yeah, our bodies are crazy.
Dude, our bodies like know so much more than we do.
So
Like,
much more.
There's like so much more that's going on that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's been years, and my friend is still sabotaging my relationship.
Why are they still your friend?
And this comes directly from the r/OK Storytime subreddit. In grade school, I had two best friends, Tanzia and Amri. We were so close, they would stay at my house all the time. I stayed at theirs once in a while, but the hangout place was my house.
You had the cool house.
I was very shy about going to Tanzia's house because I had a crush on her brother Markle. By the way, this comes from Pretend Repeat 4167, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, we were all very close right up until the end of our freshman year of high school because I was pregnant and too tired to hang out all the time.
Fair.
Freshman year of high school?
Pregnant. It's fair to be too tired. You're pregnant.
Back in middle school, Amory used to meet boys over the internet or over the phone through people she knew in real life and would tell the boys that she was me. Thin blonde hair and blue eyes. She was in fact the complete opposite. Dark hair, brown eyes, and chunky.
I have to pause because,
Are we just going to gloss over the fact that you were pregnant freshman year of high school?
well, hey, it happens.
Sure, but like we have no information about that. OP just said I was pregnant in high school. And then we just kept moving.
Yeah, hey, that's what you got to do when you're pregnant in high school.
I
You gotta
guess
just
you
keep
just
on
gotta
moving.
keep moving.
Keep moving forward. Also, Caitlin, you're right. It's Been is equally as iconic as Day and Night.
When she would call these boys, she would make me tell them that I was her. She even described me as herself in great detail so they would think I was gross.
Why? So why don't no friends? These are no friends. No friend of yours.
I didn't see why she was doing it. I thought she was so pretty and I was envious of her. Yeah, she was chunky, but she didn't look bad at all. She also never did this with Tanzia. I then had a baby and stopped hanging out with friends after school. I didn't play sports anymore and I graduated a year early. I am so impressed with you, OP. You had a baby in high school and I'm so impressed with you.
Got pregnant and fully locked in.
That's what I'm saying. Like OP, like we don't have any information, which if you don't want to share it, that's fine. I'm just very impressed with you. So my close friends ended up being pretty distant for about 6 years. I spoke with Tanzia, and not long after, Markle ended up inviting me to a party. We hooked up and didn't really talk much after that. Whatever, I didn't care. 4 years later, he messaged me telling me that he should have kept in contact after our last encounter, and that he had liked me since we were in school, blah, blah, blah. Well, after quite a bit of pushing, I finally gave in and agreed to meet up with them again, this time at a bar. I only agreed because Tanzia and Amory were going to be there too, and I missed them. Life sometimes pulls people in different directions, so it had been a while since I had seen them. While at the bar, we were all drinking, having fun, taking selfies, catching up, dancing, just having a blast. Then Markle started flirting, and I, of course, flirted back, because I always actually had a pretty big crush on him. About an hour or so went by, and I could see Amory wasn't having fun anymore. I asked her what was wrong, and she told me she was fine. I knew she wasn't, but if I had pushed, she would have probably made a scene, so I just went on having fun with Tanzia and Markle. By the end of the night, Markle and I ended up hooking up yet again. This time, it was pretty amazing. The next morning, I woke up.
Whoa.
No, you gotta say
We're not
that.
going to gloss over
You gotta
that.
say that.
You can say it. What was it?
Like back scratching amazing.
There you go.
Because it feels so good when you scratch that itch on your back. You get a little back scratching. That's what that means.
The next morning, I woke up, said bye to him as he was the only one awake. Later that night, he called me. I was kind of shocked because of the last encounter. He was wasted and told me that he liked me but was unsure if we could date. He wouldn't tell me why for a little while, and I was like, well, that's fine. I guess I'll let you go and see you in another few years. He wasn't okay with that and finally told me that Amory had told him that I was shady, couldn't be trusted, that I only liked black men. This is such odd lies. I told him he could believe what he wanted, and when he was ready to have a conversation when sober, I'd gladly talk to him. He kind of freaked out a little, but I ended up letting him go. We didn't really talk much once again. 3 years later. Dang. Time jumps all over the wazoo.
We're time travelers.
How's your kid?
Yeah, how's the baby
That's
doing?
what I'm asking. We haven't heard anything about this baby.
This story's not about the baby.
I'm wondering if maybe that was a typo, like maybe OP is now pregnant.
I don't know.
I feel like it may have been a typo.
No, she had a baby.
But it was
She
never
had
mentioned.
a baby.
It was never mentioned
She
again.
said she had the baby.
She said she was pregnant, and then she did say she had the baby.
I know. That's I read the story.
I know,
was
but
there.
I'm as baffled as you are. We're all baffled.
The baby is fine. The baby is well behaved. Her friends, however, are stinky mouth.
Maybe OP is the baby. OP's baby.
Bobby's baby.
Let's go.
3 years later, I go to Tanzia's place for New Year's, and guess who's there? You guessed it, her brother Markle.
Megan.
Megan's there.
Meghan Markle.
We don't know anything about the baby. He apologized for what happened 2 years prior and said he shouldn't have let other people, Amory, get into his head. I asked him to elaborate on what else she said. He told me all the same stuff he had already told me before, but then added that they slept together the very next night after he and I were together. Was this Tanzia's brother?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought this was Amory's brother the whole time.
No.
Woo!
No.
The night he called me and told me what she said about me. He said he did it because he didn't think he'd ever have a chance with me after he messed it all up by letting her get in his head. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to make that joke. We actually had a nice long overnight conversation.
You have to make the joke. You cannot pull that on us by saying, you know what? I'm going to make a joke.
I can't make the joke. It's so obvious.
You can. Go ahead and make
No,
that
there's
joke.
no point because it's right there.
Go ahead and make that joke. I don't know
I
what the joke
shan't.
is.
I shan't.
What's the joke?
You have to do
What's
it now.
the joke? If you don't make the joke, there's no evidence that you're funny.
Sure there is.
What's the joke about?
Do it.
And I went home
No!
the next morning.
So no head?
We did talk here and there, but I felt betrayed by both of them, so things didn't go as he hoped. Fast forward another 3 years, Markle came over to my house just for a friendly catch-up and a couple drinks.
What's up with this, like,
This is
3 years? What is
yeah?
he? He's a freaking comet.
This is crazy!
Just rubs,
This is
orbits
crazy.
around every 3 years.
Every
comes
3
back.
years. He's like,
He's like Pennywise. He just comes every like 3, like.
And now I take my long rest.
he apologized again, said he was wrong, and asked if there was any chance of us having any kind of relationship.
After 3 years?
No, this is after like 15 years, because he comes back every 3 years.
Yeah, he does this every excuse. You guys do drinks, then you do each other, and then he gets like, you know what? She's in my head. I can't be with you. I'm gonna go be with Amory. And then he's like, I thought I blew it with you, even though you know what? I'm not gonna finish that one.
I told him I was unsure after all the years of back and forth and the whole Amory thing. I told him I'd have to think about it. You got this guy wrapped around your finger, OP.
Vice versa, to be honest.
But after about a month of hanging out almost every day after work, things were going great, and I did agree to a relationship. We hung out all the time. As soon as Amory caught wind of the relationship, why is Amory even remotely around any of you?
The only wind Amory should be catching at this point is a fart.
She had the nerve to call me out of the blue after years of not talking to her because she ruined what could have been for Markle and me just to tell me, you better not hurt him. He deserves someone who's going to be good to him.
Markle and me.
Markle and me, and at the end of the 15 years, is a really sad passing.
Is this the first time you guys have ever heard the name Markle?
No, House
Yeah,
of the Castle.
dude.
What? That's not true. The little child's name is Markle.
Oh, that's fair, but the first real life Markle. First IRL Markle.
Markle.
Markle and me, and it's just OP, and Markle's just a big dog.
Aw.
Who is?
Marley and me
Yeah.
is a golden retriever.
No.
I thought it was a lab.
No.
No, isn't it?
Oh, it might be a lab. You're
Maybe
right.
I'm thinking of Marmaduke.
I think you're thinking. I think it is a lab, and I think you're thinking of Marmaduke. Those words still echo in my head to this day.
Markle Duke?
Wait. Ready. Markle Duke. They're echoing in her head. She's the one that hurt him, not me. After several months of being together, we were invited out by his sister, Tanzia. She picked us up from my house. I had no idea Amory would be in the car, too. She was in the back seat. I sat between them both. Things were awkward at first,
You
but then
sat between
somehow
them
things
both?
loosened up. Why?
Oh, something definitely loosened up.
There's no way that was awkward, right? You just
Everyone was super chill.
cruise through that one, right?
Your boyfriend's sister and your boyfriend's ex? Everyone was talking and enjoying the drive. Then all of a sudden, Amory spews out of her mouth, "Hey, Markle, remember when we thought I was pregnant with your baby?"
That's just a wild
That's such a
choice.
weird thing to say.
What a strong choice of words.
My heart dropped. I instantly got so annoyed and angry, but I kept my mouth shut and just listened to them go back and forth with their crap. The baby was definitely not his, as the baby was clearly fathered by a black man. He never told me he thought he was the father of the baby after their one-night stand the night after he and I were together. I was floored. I couldn't believe my eyes and ears. They argued for what felt like an eternity. Thank goodness Tanzia finally spoke up and told them it wasn't the time or place, especially because I was sitting right there stuck between them. I stopped hanging out with her. Why were we hanging out with her before? Unfortunately, Tanzia and Amory are still friends, so every party or get-together, she's there. I felt like there was nothing I could do about it. Markle and I had a baby 2 years after being together, and we gave her my father's first name and my other bestie's middle name. It's so unique and rare for a girl, but we both love it so much. While I was pregnant with her, we found out Amory was also pregnant. She was a month or 2 behind me in the pregnancy. The first time I met her daughter, she was about 6 months old. No one told us her name before that day.
Oh, no.
That woman gave her daughter, yes, the one she thought was Markle's, a name so similar to our daughter's name that if you aren't paying attention, you wouldn't know which name's being said.
I thought you said your daughter's name was so unique that...
Yeah, which is clear that she stole it.
She just changed a couple vowels around.
I was disgusted and appalled. I couldn't believe she could be so jealous and hateful toward me that she would name her child almost the same name as Markle's child.
So it's like Amarona
Yeah, and
Omarana.
Amarooni.
Omastar.
Am I wrong to think she's crazy and maybe obsessive? Girl, she's been crazy and obsessive for 15 years.
Yeah, how could you know you're not wrong?
She's been crazy and obsessive since middle school.
You know you're not wrong.
She literally catfished men with your image.
It's okay. You can know you're not wrong and still want to hear other people tell you you're not wrong. But please tell me you know you're not
I hope
wrong.
you know that, because you're not wrong. I've told him I don't want it to go anywhere she is, because she's crazy. He told me she's like family. Huh? He just said she's like family? He's freaking slept with her. She's like family?
Yeah, that's going to be an awkward family reunion.
So I have to deal with it.
Again, hey, OP.
No.
Jealousy is the highest form of flattery.
I think Markle needs to stand up for you more. Every Thanksgiving, Christmas, and any big get-together, she's there. He's playing with her kids and talking to her like nothing ever happened. He needs to create distance. You need
Especially
to-
if it's bothering
honestly,
you.
I would go to
yeah.
him and say, hey, I understand that you can't tell her not to come because your sister's inviting her, but I would appreciate if you created some distance because she still has feelings for you.
Or I think do it in a way where you're not trying to control them, where you're like, do you see what she's trying to do?
Exactly.
Because if you were like, stop talking to her, or like, you got to create distance, it's like, oh, you're controlling.
Yeah.
You don't want to seem like, and you're not, but I can see how they could get twisted.
It's so annoying and hurtful after all she's done. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get the way I feel. You used to be such good friends. Yeah, until she ruined us. Tried to ruin us again by blabbing about you almost being her baby daddy, and then named her kid almost the same name as ours. Like, literally, how does he not? First time, she lies about you, tries to make you look bad so she can sleep with him.
It's just like this person has an issue with me. And if you're on my team, which as my partner, I would hope you are within reason, always on my team, you need that you have a problem with her as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's got problems with me.
What the heck do you not get? Am I wrong for being upset about her giving her daughter a name so similar to ours? I told him she's crazy and obsessed with him. He says he doesn't see it, that I'm just overthinking. By the way, you can think about listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left to this story. Any final thoughts?
Amria?
Amory, get her out of here.
Amri needs to scramry.
I like that. And I agree with that. But my advice is just have a conversation with your husband. Again, sit down and say all of the grievances that you have with Amri, everything that she's done to you guys, and say, this is why I'm not comfortable with her. I know you can't ban her. I feel like you're not really on my side.
You gotta be on my team, man.
Let's be on the same team, man.
If you're gonna orbit like a comet, I'm not down. All right, you gotta come down to Earth. You gotta make landfall.
What if we saw her only every 3 years?
What a dream.
Markle and I just had our second baby last December and just had our 5th anniversary last month. Tanzia ended up getting pregnant 6 weeks after we got pregnant with our second baby by Amory's brother. I thought for sure Amory was going to be around forever.
A lot of brother dating in this circle. Everybody's with everyone's brother.
I was not looking forward to family gatherings anymore with his side of the family. Since we had our second baby, Amory hasn't been to any gathering. Yay me. Turns out things aren't good with Tanzia and the baby's father. Yes! Tanzia isn't destroying her own friendship.
So
Yes!
Amri has a problem with her brother.
No. So Amory's brother was with Tanzia,
Yeah.
was having a baby. Tanzia is having a falling out with Amory's brother, and because of that falling out, is now having a falling out with Amory too.
Oh, okay.
Tanzia has been going through a really rough patch in her life, and the father has the baby. I don't believe Tanzia and Amory are talking much anymore since that situation happened. So it's possible I don't have to worry about seeing Amory at all at the family gatherings. It's been almost a year of not having her around, giving me weird looks and not talking to me, but making it a point to talk to Markle right in front of me, but not when I'm not near them. It's been so nice and peaceful at family gatherings. So am I the a-hole for not wanting to be around someone so toxic and not wanting my kids around them too? No.
I would say absolutely not.
No. However, even though Amory is gone, the problem is still there. You still have the underlying issue. Your relationship is going to, experience the same thing down the line with another person if we don't set these boundaries now.
100%.
So let's have that conversation again.
Your partner can't just be chumming it up with your enemy.
But that's the end of that story.
That was the end. That was the end of that story.
The next one. Ex demanded 50-50 custody after cheating on me.
Hopefully you're not in a state that demands that.
I, 33 female, dated Paul, 38 male, for about 7 years. When I got pregnant with my son, 6 male, we were both very excited. He wasn't planned, but we both wanted him. We made plans, he proposed, and we were talking about just going to the courthouse or having a wedding after the baby was here. But when I was 7 months pregnant, he left me for a coworker. By the way, this comes from Complex S, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, I had no backbone then. Even though it was our apartment, he kicked me out and I tried making it work, staying in our city. I didn't want a random roommate with a baby. And even studio apartments in bad areas were crazy expensive. One of his couple friends were letting me stay with them, but I really didn't have any other friends who had stayed in the city. I gave birth there and I did really try to make it work. But when my son was 6 months, I had to move back to my hometown in the Midwest. He resented me a lot for it, and I ended up having to put him on formal child support for him to send me any money. I stayed with my parents for a while, but now own my home, and we really made a great life here. Sometimes Paul would fly in and see our son. He's probably only ever had him overnight like 5 times, though.
Oh my God.
Anyways, yeah, that's the background. But Paul and his new wife are moving to my town in a few weeks, which is great. But the other day, he texted me saying that it would work best for him and his wife Angie to do switchovers every Wednesday. I'd been asking him about where they were going to live, like the area, to see about custody stuff. And this was the first thing he said about it. To be clear, I'm fine with going to 50-50 custody over time in a reasonable way. I'm not trying to keep my son from his dad at all, but everything I've read says that starting it slowly is best for my son. We're obviously very close, so this is going to be a fragile transition for him to not always be living with me. I want this to be a positive experience for my son and not traumatic. I think starting with every other weekend and then school nights to help transition it, but he's been really rude about it. I'm okay financially, but things are still hard. I'd rather not have to resort to lawyers and waste money when I'm willing to go towards 50-50. He just keeps calling me bitter and ungrateful and saying, I just want child support.
Oh my God.
Which he hardly ever pays, by the way. I was venting to a coworker and he told me that what Paul was doing was so impressive and I needed to put more effort into making it work. He said I should be more grateful that Paul is moving here for his son and to be more easygoing.
No, because Paul is not taking his son into account at all. So he's already being a bad dad.
Exactly.
And
it doesn't
he's
matter
more
if
than he
he's
has been.
showing up to the place that his son lives.
She is not saying that 50-50 custody won't eventually be a thing.
Yeah.
She's just saying, hey, what's best for our son is that he has a transition period for this, because this is a lot.
It's like crazy for this guy to just kind of show up after 7 years and say, oh, well, now I want a parent.
And every Wednesday, yeah, that'll be the transition. That's mid-school week, dude.
So now I'm wondering if I'm the a-hole and being bitter and ungrateful.
No.
Comment 1 says, not the a-hole. Go to court and sue him back for child support. And don't agree to change your custody arrangement. Make him go to court to get that done. You owe him nothing. Letting the courts sort it out is your best course of action. And there is an update. Things have been weird. My ex Paul was pretty rude and cruel towards me when I posted. I see his parents every so often so that they can see our son. And during one of these times, before they moved here, I basically told them my concerns. I didn't want to keep our son from Paul. I just wanted the transition to be positive. His dad said that he believed, basically, Paul doesn't understand how attached kids this age are to their parents they see every day. Like, he's fine going to school and even sometimes has sleepovers. He's not a mama's boy or anything. He's just a regular kid. His parents said they'd talk to him, but keep it discreet. I don't know how hard they tried to keep it discreet, but all of a sudden, Paul stopped pushing the 50-50 custody, attacking me, and was being much nicer. That's good of his parents, then.
Yeah, go parents.
He said he wanted us both to come over and see the new house together and I could meet his wife. I wasn't thrilled about meeting his wife or anything, but I do think it's important that we meet. If I ever date again, I would introduce someone to Paul before our son. So I got some information before they moved here from my ex-mother-in-law. I had asked her how many kids his new wife, I'll call her Shelly, had, what she did, etc. She's 44, in sales, and has 2 daughters with her ex-husband who are 13 and 11. They divorced after their son passed away a few years ago. Wow. Her daughters stayed back in New York for the school year with their dad, but will be here on breaks. It felt weird knowing so much about her before meeting her, but I'm sure Paul told her all about me. Anyways, after they got settled in, they invited us over for dinner. Their house is nice. It's in a safe neighborhood. Shelly made a point to say that their neighbors with a pool have a fence, and she's already talked to them. I kind of left that. Paul was nice. Almost too nice. You know when you know someone is being nicer or on their best behavior? Like, I know you don't actually act like this. Please be serious. But he remembered my food allergies after all these years. Shelly seems nice. Kind of anxious, but sweet. She seems to like my son a lot. Last time he'd gone there, he came back talking about some treat. I guess it's a recipe she has, and she made it. She offered me the recipe, but I told her it could just be her thing. I did thank her, but I don't like baking. She remembered his favorite shows and characters and played with him while Paul and I talked. His work week is Sunday through Thursday, so his weekends are Friday and Saturday. He agreed that 50-50 would be too much, too fast, and actually apologized. He said he was just excited. We agreed that he'd pick our son up from school on Thursdays and drop him off at my place before work on Sundays. The first weekend, my son did great. The second, he asked me to pick him up on Saturday, but then asked to go back that night. I know it's a bad precedent, but he's a little guy and going through a change, so I brought him back. He's been really happy ever since. Paul also paid me the money he's owed me. I asked him why he didn't pay me before and got mad when he wouldn't tell me. And he admitted he borrowed it from his parents.
This is like low-key, though, turning around great.
Yeah, I feel like his parents really had an effect on him.
And I was like very happy to hear that even though Paul really wasn't around, that her ex-in-laws stayed around so much.
Yeah, super active in their lives.
And I just like the idea that I feel like the little guy was testing, like, well, would you pick me up whenever I wanted? And then he got picked up whenever he wanted. He was like, okay, we can go back now.
He's like, that's fine.
Great.
That's sweet. I like that. After we had that clean slate, we reworked child support since he has physical custody and parenting time. I told him it was his job to file the custody with the courts, and I don't know if he's done that yet. I'm sure if I ask Shelly, she'll take care of it. She's not terrible. Kind of annoying, and her energy can be a little frenetic, but I don't have bad vibes from her, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
I kind of feel bad for her. I do obviously feel bad for her, for whatever reason. I don't feel possessive of my son over her. She sends me pictures when he's there and gives me updates and recaps that can be a bit much, but I guess it's better than the alternative. I don't do the same for them, and sometimes I feel guilty. Should I be doing that? By the way, you know what you can do? Listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There is a little bit left to this story. Any final thoughts?
Seems like everything's good now.
Seemingly okay.
Yeah. That went as well as it could have, I feel like.
Yeah, it seems like OP's a little wary, but rightly so.
Very
fair.
Very fair.
But it seems like everything's fine.
You're doing great.
I'm actually better about all of it than I thought I would be. Don't get me wrong, the first night he was there, I cried myself to sleep and watched his favorite movie, but it got better. There's a Thursday class at the local school next semester I want to take, and I've been seeing friends at night and on weekends more. Holidays will be weird. Shelly's girls will be here for the week of Thanksgiving, and they asked if my son could go over that week after he gets out of school Tuesday. I know it's weird, but my family doesn't do Thanksgiving. Like when my son was younger, I invited some family over and did the whole dinner thing and worked myself ragged and realized why we don't. They invited me to come to their house for Thanksgiving, and I got super anxious about it. So I told them I already had signed up to volunteer, and now I need to find somewhere to volunteer. So yeah, not the most exciting update, but I'm hoping things stay undramatic. And that is the end of that story.
And I hope things do too.
Me too. This all seems great.
Lovely.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Yeah, you figured it out, and I'm proud of you for it.
Yeah.
But that is the end of the story and the end of the episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.